The last time these teams met in the preseason, it ended all level. It was the first ever tie in Jaguars history. Now the teams meet 1 year later, and they will start the preseason in just a little bit. The Jaguars and the Saints held joint practices earlier this week. So usually when you hold joint practices, a lot of starters are not going to be playing. The Jaguars are resting a lot of their starters. The Saints resting their starters. They're resting over 30 players, including starting quarterback Tyler Shuck and running back Travis Etienne, acquired in free agency from the Jaguars this offseason. Jaguars resting their guys too. So, we will see what happens here. Appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. Brought to you by PrizePicks. Use my code HMA. Play 5, get 150 in bonus lineups if you win your first $5 lineup. My name is Jerry09. If you've never been to one of these streams before, how it works is like this. Fire away on the channel any questions you might have. I'll be happy to answer about anything and everything. How's it going, Matthew? How is it going, everyone? Every donation gets your question right away. Others are just going over that. I see them vote in that poll. Who do you think wins this one, the Saints or the Jaguars? If you remember, we got the emojis in the chat for the Saints and the Jaguars. It's the first of 2 games we are doing. We are doing the game between the Seahawks and the Cowboys later tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. And every donation counts as triple toward you make the call. Help me decide which game we're calling. Raiders, Texans, or Niners, Chargers. Which game are we doing for next Thursday? How's it going, Kev? How is it going, Golden Steel? Yeah, Vikings win 13-10. Yeah, Dart, he took some beatings. I'm not sure why they even played Dart, since half the offensive line was out. For next 0-17 team, I don't think any of them go 0-17, but I would take the Jets to go 0-17 more than I would take the Dolphins, just because of the quarterback situation. We're going to get this one our way just a little bit at the Superdome. Appreciate all you guys' time for being here on this Saturday as we are officially underway here. Jaguars going left to right in the white, Saints in the blacks going right to left. Saints start at the 25-30. Oh no, to the 35-40. Oh, this is a bad start. To the 50. Kicker to beat, don't make the tackle, Little, don't make the tackle, don't risk it. 30, 20 down the right sideline to the 10, and the Saints are going to be starting in the red zone at the 10-yard line. That is not a good way to start. Ooh, man. You know, that's bad, JP. That is bad. So first and goal at the 10-yard line for the Saints on the kickoff return down the right sideline. And that is not ideal. Not a good way to start. Obviously, a lot of these guys making the team are going to make it on special teams. Jaguars were pretty good in kickoff coverage last year. That is a bad start. But the Saints will be starting on a goal-to-go spot, going right to left. And, yeah, Jackson, well, we do all the preseason games. So, Saints goal-to-go situation. First goal at the 10-yard line. No chance to do a regular season game. But for guys trying to make the team, oh, man, that was a coverage bust. I'm glad Cam Little did not make the tackle, because that would have been really, really bad. I don't want him risking anything. Goal to go at the 9-yard line. Starting the game at quarterback is Spencer Rattler. Takes a snap at the gun, trying to bounce outside to the 5, and will not be able to make the tackle. Getting in for a touchdown. There's a flag on the play. What is with the saturation in this game? I mean, the saturation is awful in this game. How's it going, Keller? Appreciate you, man. Like, it's so bright. The camera is so bright. Someone's got to white balance this. There's a flag that came on the run. Estime on the run to the left side, and he will get the touchdown, but again, there is a flag on the play, holding on the defense, so that will be obviously declined, and that's a perfect start for the Saints and a nightmare start for the Jaguars. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That is quite the way to start. Quite the way to start. And it's not any of the starters out there for either of these sides, but Estime just bouncing outside, some poor tackling there, and then one-on-one situation in the secondary there for the Jaguars, and it's Jabbar Muhammad who just completely whiffed on the tackle on the left side. Estime getting into the end zone. They have a lot of running back depth on this team between Estime, Neal, of course, Etienne, Kamara. They got some good running back depth. Who's coming watching? They only have the Saints option available. They only have the Saints. The white balance, if you're watching this broadcast, as the extra point is blocked, but it does go through the upright. So 7-0 your score. Just 20 seconds in. EFL takeaways today? Yeah, that was a bad one for Derby today. That was a bad one. Yeah, Jamal Adams, Vikings legend. Yep. So I can get smoked? Yeah. Yeah. I'm just more annoyed by the white balance of this one. And they never play well against Saints in any context. I mean, 2023 won that game. But a nightmarish start for the Jaguars. Again, they're not playing any other starters. The Saints are resting 30 guys as well. The one time they won. No, we won in 23. We won in 23 as well. But yeah, usually the Saints have our number. I mean, 2012 we won preseason game as well. Yeah, jet sweep. I like the jet sweep. The Jaguars used it a lot last year. Yeah, we also won preseason 2012 down the Superdome, if you want to count that. Preseason 2012, the Chad Henne and Jordan Elliott touchdown. There were takeaways. I didn't see too much of the action today. I didn't see too much. I got the bot. So again, Jaguars going left to right. Yeah, the big hit Dart took. Yeah, Tyrone Tracy, that's not how you're going to make the team. You got to make your blocks, and you miss a block like that, you leave your quarterback out to dry. Yeah, that's bad. You know, I think the Saints win the division. I do think Saints win the division. Jamal Likens to do Stellick Shaq, he was never that good. He was never as good as Shaq was, but yeah. Kickoff here, fielded by the Jaguars at the 6-yard line, and here we go. They're going left to right, taking to the 20, 25, 30, and brought down the 32-yard line, and that's where the offense will start. Big thing for the Jaguars, they just don't have any injuries, especially on the offensive line, because the offensive line taking a beam. We don't know when Cole Van Lanen's coming back. Makari is out, and we have a lot to discuss there. But Nick Mullins, the quarterback here for the Jaguars, I cannot get over how awful the white balance is on this broadcast. I legit cannot get over how bad the production is. I thought it was good. Dexy. I mean, not surprised. I'm not surprised. Yeah, Josh Allen's picking up right where he left off. Again, Jaguars going left to right. Nick Mullins, his second season with the Jaguars, a longtime veteran, is not at a great camp. They do have some quarterback competition with Carter Bradley and Joey Aguilar. So, need a good outing for Mullins here to solidify the backup spot. 2 at the bottom of the screen. Jaguars going left to right. They're going to start with a stretch play here to the right side. And down the 35-yard line goes Jamari Taylor. And a dog... Oh, don't even tell me a dog is down. Oh my God. You're kidding me. So Jamari Taylor, the Virginia back, you've got to be kidding me. You know, it's Fox Preston, yep. Yeah, they go 4-0? I have no idea. Anything important for the games? Not crazy. You've got to be actually kidding me. This is the worst start to a preseason game I've ever seen in my life. A dog is down. Chuma Adaga is down, so just as I said, the Jaguars cannot afford any offensive line injuries. Oh, that's awful, Mr. Fulmeras. That's awful. Just as I said, they can't afford any offensive line injuries. On the very first play, Adaga goes down. He got rolled up into. Oh, my goodness. Nothing crazy, JP. No, nothing crazy. You've got to be kidding me. We have, like, our offensive linemen are dropping like flies. We'll go to a commercial break here. Oh, my God. Yeah, who's directing the channel broadcast? I have no idea. The Saints broadcast production has been terrible. The white balance is awful. They're not showing replays of anything. I mean, yeah, this is brutal. This is absolutely brutal. We got Lou Seth joining the Garage here. Appreciate you a ton. Which game do you want, Lou? I'll get you in the call for it. Appreciate you, man. You know, great stuff for Jacksonville. You are not kidding. Oh, my God. You know, not going to push it for Tyrone Tracy. Not at all. I got the bot. Don't worry. Appreciate you, Lou. That is... Oh, my God. Preseason means nothing? No, this is different. This is injuries. This is an injury. Yeah. Starter line's not playing preseason. No, they are not. No. Which game do you want? We'll get you in the call for it. Appreciate you, man. This is a little bit different, Architect, because this is... Our offensive line's already depleted as it is. Cole Van Lanen, I don't know when he's coming back. We lost Makari. Makari's injured. And now the very first play of the game, we lose an offensive lineman. This is brutal. You want the Raiders? Perfect. Appreciate you, man. I'll get you on. You actually get to hear me call a Jaguars game. Yeah, we do preseason. We do preseason here. We'll never do that. Yeah, Texas QB got wiped out last night. Yeah. Yeah, the game just started. Yep, it literally just started. And within 40 seconds, the Saints return to kickoff all the way. They get a touchdown on the first play, and the Jaguars have an injury on the very first play. You hang it up, yep. Yeah, Joshua has 3 home runs. Yeah, he has a good swing. The way the ball comes off his bat, like, he's got a very good swing. He's got a very good swing. I mean, this is just brutal. This is a brutal way to start. We are 40 seconds into the game. No, injuries are the worst, especially in preseason. You are not kidding there. You're at commercial break right now. Thoughts on the Johnson situation? It's so funny how they literally... He just got signed. Have the Saints already have a touchdown? Kickoff, long kickoff, and then they scored in the red zone on the first play. The injured O-line can ruin the whole season. Yep, you're not kidding on there. 2nd and 8. One at the top of the screen, one on the motion of the tight end to the left side, Koziel. Mullins takes a snap at the gun. They're going to send 4. Mullins looks out right to the left side. That's a terrible throw. Incomplete. Got to hit that one in stride. Looking for the tight end, Koziel. One of 2 tight ends the Jaguars drafted the 5th round pick this year for the Jaguars, and that's a terrible throw. Underthrown, late. I mean, that's terrible. There was like no arm strength on that one. Hopefully it all gets okay. It didn't look good. They got rolled up on. It did not look good. You know, 06 Jags were very good. Yeah, what happened? The Saints got a kickoff return for a touchdown. Or not for a touchdown. They brought it down to the 10-yard line. Then they scored the very next play. So the Houston tight end can make the grab there. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom, 3rd and 7. Looking same play, out route. This time it's caught at the 45-yard line. Same exact play. And it's C.J. Williams, the Stanford wideout, making the grab for a first down. And that's going to keep the drive alive for Jacksonville. Jags so far. Yeah, wow on that one, Summer. Wow on that one. So nice game there on the out route. There's a lot of competition for the wide receiver spot. We know that 4 guys are guaranteed to make it. We know that Travis Hunter, if you want to call him a receiver, Parker Washington, Jacoby Myers, and Brian Thomas Jr. They drafted 2 receivers, C.J. Williams and Josh Cameron. That time it's Williams making the grab. Oh no, the Jags could have easily done some damage in the playoffs. That defense could play, and that offense was good too. Handle the middle of the field. It's Jamari Taylor down to the 48-yard line. Bring up 2nd down and 5 at the 48 of New Orleans. Yeah, when you're looking at Jacksonville, you figure 4 running backs make the roster. Though it could be tough because you're looking at one of them is going to be a healthy scratch every game. LaQuinn Allen, Chris Rodriguez, and Bashal Tuden, they're locks to make it. So it comes down to DJ Dallas, Samir Abdullah, and Jamari Taylor. And Liam McCone does not keep 4 guys active. So this is just for that fringe spot on the 53. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, under center here. Handle what's going to Taylor. Taylor tries to bounce outside. Or DJ Dallas, I should say. That's DJ Dallas, the veteran back. We brought down the 44-yard line on the right side of the field. Brings up... They are going to give him the first. Again, they don't have the yellow line on this, but needed 5, and he got exactly 5. Oh, yeah, I think so too, Anthony. That and the 89 Bengals. Those 2 teams. You know, Baez, that was insane. Where this way, Sirianni hardly ever play starters? Yep. Well, we're not playing the starters. This is just... We're just playing any healthy body we have at offensive line, because we don't have any. Jags run game have done its terrible Colts run D in that playoff game. Oh, man. They would have gone all the way. Play actioner, Mullins looks. Flat's not there. Goes second read. Fires. That's caught at the 30-yard line. Breaks the tackle. And down to the 25-yard line. Good job there by Mullins going through his reads. And it's Josh Cameron that time. So both rookie draft picks that the Jaguars made at wide receiver make an impact on this opening drive. It was C.J. Williams earlier, and now it's Josh Cameron down to the 25 on that crosser to the right side of the field, and good job there staying on his feet, breaking the tackle, and breaking a second tackle there from Jordan Howden, the 4th-year man for the Saints. Ball the 25-yard line. Again, Jaguars going left to right here. Appreciate all you guys being here for this one. 1 at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. Mullins under center. Back in the backfield as well. A motion the tight end Cozy over to the left side of the screen. They're going to toss it up the middle of the field. It goes for DJ Dallas, and he's going to get 2 down to the 23-yard line. Excuse me, that is Jamari Taylor, number 30. It's hard to tell 30 and 20 apart. The white balance is still terrible on that. Yeah, Josh Cameron with the catch on that one. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line. Oh, I'm keeping you in my thoughts, Mr. Fulmer Rounds. That's awful. That's awful. How's it going, Laura? Appreciate you being here. You know, at this point, Nick, yep. Will the 06 Jags be New England or San Diego? We played New England. We played them very tough in the regular season. We lost on a fumble by David Garrard at midfield as we were driving. We played them tough. On the road, probably not. San Diego, we probably would have beaten. I think we could have been in San Diego. 2nd and 8, ball at the 23-yard line. 1 at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. They're going to toss it again to the left side. Cuts back. It's Taylor, and Taylor down to the 17-yard line. Bringing up 3rd and 2. Stopped there on the left side of the field. This again to the red zone by Christian Miller, the 2nd-round pick for the Saints out of Georgia. One of 2 Georgia players they drafted this year. You know, hopefully we get healthy. Yeah, no, the offensive line is going to be a big question mark. Going to be a big question mark. We got Joe Martin for 9 months now. Seahawks have the highest paid cornerback and wide receiver in history, and they both deserve it. JSN and Witherspoon got to lock up those guys. You know, preseason, we always do preseason. And Hillary and Brian, no, not for preseason. Not for preseason. Appreciate you, Joe, for being a member. You know, the 06 Jaguars, yeah, Clint Ingram is star linebacker right away. Yeah, that was interesting. 1 on the top of the screen, 1 on the bottom of the motion. Goes over to the left side, 3rd and 2. Another handoff up the middle of the field. And they'll dive ahead to the 15. Is that going to be enough for the first? I think they're going to be a yard shy. 4th and 1. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Jaguars were terrible in short yardage situations last year, and they only get 1 there. 4th and 1. I'm leaving the offense on the field. What team is our quarterback room screwed? Yeah, Texans after their backups got wiped out, especially Mertz and Browns. Yeah, the Browns are just a mess. Browns are a mess. So 4th and 1. I don't drink Roll Tide, so I have no idea on that one. You know, backstory, this game, Jaguars are playing their starters. Who's this? He's pretty good. Appreciate you a ton. Appreciate you a ton. 4th and 1. Mullins under center. They're going to keep the offense on the field. They're going to go for it. One at the top of the screen, one at the bottom. The 16 QB sneak, and Mullins runs it perfectly down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 2 and a first down for the Jaguars on the QB sneak. And a good drive here for the Jaguars, over 5 minutes. And they're in the red zone. Remember, the Jaguars were not good in short yard spots. The 4th and short situations last year were abysmal for Jacksonville. I remember the 4th and 2 against Buffalo in the wild card round that they did not convert. The game against the Cardinals, they had a 4th and short, did not convert that. And the Cardinals were able to drive down the field and get a field goal as a result. The Bengals game, they had a 4th and goal. They missed that. I appreciate your tongue, Gregory. Yeah, I do not drink on that one. Dorms designed for students with children. Oh, that's a cool concept. 2 at the top of the screen, 2 at the bottom. They've called 4 straight runs. I'm a motion the back to his left. Mullins takes a step. They're going to throw. They'll send 4. Mullins looks end zone. That's intercepted at the 4-yard line. Mullins underthrew that ball badly. I'm not sure what he was looking at there. And returns to the 24-yard line. And that stops what was a very promising drive. It's Jalen Ford, the third-year man for the Saints, on the pick. There is a flag on the field. There is a flag. We'll see what the call is. As it stands, Saints ball at the 23-yard line. We'll see what the flag is. It might be on the return. It was a poorly underthrown ball by Mullins. And again, I've not been impressed by Mullins at all in Jacksonville. And the Jags have serious quarterback issues. I've said that for a while now. Mullins is one of the worst backups in football. The Jags have a serious issue at quarterback. Obviously not counting Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, could draft Miller in the second round? Yeah. And Miller can play. Personal foul on the defense. I believe it's on the return, though. Half the distance to the goal. First down for New Orleans. So the pick will count. The return will be negated. I think they're going to put it at the 7-yard line. It was a personal foul on the return. He was looking on the slant pass in the back of the end zone, was looking for Josh Cameron, and just never saw the linebacker. You know, to be fair on that one, Sports Talk, though, like, the players they re-signed, I mean, they're the top players at their position. Like, it's not like they overpaid these guys. Yeah, that was bad, Jackson. That was bad. Mr. Jones, no. No, I do not. But that was bad. That was bad. The 24-hour marathon, I love it. I love that high points leading off. I love that. Yeah, Malik Willis looked pretty good on the first drive, but Quinn Ewers, I mean, that was brutal. That was brutal for Quinn Ewers. Yeah, if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. Helps the channel out a ton to try to grow this community even more. This is just not a good start for the Jaguars. Adaga injured. The special teams did not look good on the kickoff return. Yeah, flag was on the return. Flag was on the return. Surprised we didn't get a good quality backup. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to be in the market. We're definitely gonna have to be in the market because this is not great right now. Oh, I think so. But man, I'm not sure they trade McKee, but they probably trade Dolan. I mean, the Jaguars should go after a quarterback. The Jaguars should go after one. Nick Mullins says noodle arm. Who got the pick on that one? That was Jalen Ford. That was Jalen Ford, the third-year man for the Saints. The third-year man out of Texas who got the pick. Yeah, need to draft a quarterback. I think the Jags need to draft a quarterback next year. Unless Carter Bradley or Joey Aguilar plays well. I heard Carter Bradley's not having a bad camp. Who do I want? I wouldn't mind whoever the Steelers cut. I honestly would not mind whoever the Steelers cut. Because the Steelers are not going to keep 4. Whoever the Browns cut. I wouldn't hate that. Whoever the Browns cut. I would not mind trading for Gabriel. Falcons season over already. Not over already, but they're in trouble. Their quarterback room is a mess, and they have no pass rush. That's Pavia. Jeez. No, so far so good, J-Wix, for the Dolphins on that defense. Yep. Jags trade for backup? I think it's got to be fact. I mean, we traded for one in 2019 with Josh Dobbs. I would inquire with the Browns and see, like, whoever does not make the roster there. They're on the 4-yard line. Why would you throw? No, it wasn't the 4-yard line. They were at the 14-yard line. They were on the 14. But whoever the Steelers cut, I mean, we got to do something. Got to do something. The 8-9, that 10 and 16, yeah, I'd say so, Anthony, on that one. I'd say so. So ball for the Saints at the 7-yard line here. Not great starting field position compared to their last drive where they started in the red zone. A goal-to-go spot, but they do get the pick. Pretty good drive last time. 1 play, 1 touchdown. Sanders or Howard? Who would I rather have? Sanders. Easily Sanders. So ball will be at the 8-yard line. Again, Saints going right to left. Panther straight for Gabriel. I'm going to say fixture on that. 1 at the top of the screen, 2 at the bottom, back to his left here. Rattler in the gun takes a snap. They're going to send 4. Rattler looks comeback route, overthrown on the near side, incomplete. Muhammad on the coverage was looking for Kevin Austin, the former Jaguar receiver, actually. Incomplete there. Remember, Rattler led the game-winning drive, or game-tying drive, I should say, last preseason against the Jaguars, leading to the first-ever tie in Jaguars history. Oh, no, it is weird, Bobby, but preseason, I'll do the game. You have a lot of helmets. Yep, I have helmets for every team, and I swap them out based on the team's playing. So We have the Seahawks-Cowboys game later today. We're going to replace it with Seahawks and Cowboys helmets. Appreciate Gregor on that one. Yeah, 3M basketball is crazy work. Yeah, but they do get publicity for that. To the top of the stream, won the bomb under center. They're going to hand off up the middle to the 10 and brought down at the 14-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 5 on the run. Maybe down to the 13-yard line. Goes Estime, who had the touchdown earlier. 3rd and 5. No, can't be worse. Can't be worse. The white, I can't get over the white balance. I think there's a flag on every play. Say DeVito. I would not hate DeVito, actually. Better than Mullins. Yeah, pretty much OJ on that one. 3rd and 5. I legit can't see anything on this, like, the down and distance. If you're watching on the Saints broadcast, the white balance is, like, just brutal. Trips to the top, one of the bomb back to his left here. Rattler in the gun takes a set. They're going to send 5. Rattler pocket collapses, pressured, has to escape, and he will be unable to do so. Brought down at the 8-yard line. The Jaguars force a 3 and out. Good job there applying pressure, and that is Danny Strigo on the stop. The undrafted free agent last season impressed a lot in camp. Ended up making the team, and Strigo made the pocket collapse. And the Jaguars send 5 on that one. They send some pressure with Anthony Campanelli in his 2nd year as the DC. They send some pressure on that one, and Rattler nowhere to go as the pocket collapses. Strigo gets the sack. Fiction, Anthony. Yeah, we're doing Seahawks-Cowboys. Yep, barring anything insane, we're doing Seahawks-Cowboys. And the Jaguars force a punt. They force a 3 and out. Saints punting in their own end zone here. It's Ryan Wright on to punt. The punt will be fielded by the Jaguars at the 36. No fair catch called for, but good job there breaking the tackle by Josh Cameron to the 40 and down to the 45-yard line. Might be an opening at punt returner. Parker Washington, incredible, but you figure he's going to get a lot more playing time at wide receiver this year, so they might alternate punt returners. And Josh Cameron, good job there breaking a tackle. Gain of 8 on the return. The Jaguars start near midfield at the 44-yard line. When we get back here, our broadcast is going to see the picture. Yeah, I don't have the Jaguars broadcast. They really should give you the option to watch either broadcast. I don't know why NFL Plus does not do that. Do you think Jags make it? Yeah, I think wild card. I think 11-6 for the Jaguars this year. I think 11-6. I think the Texans win that division. That defense is just too good. You know, it's almost impossible sports talk. Although it almost happened in 2012. Favorite Jag of all time? MJD. For me, the guy I grew up with, MJD. MJD is my favorite Jaguar of all time. All good on that one, Golden Steel. All good. Yeah, Josh Cameron, that was clean. That was clean. Wait, I'm going to try refreshing, and hopefully that fixes the white balance, but I don't think it will. Thoughts on Browns QB battle after the Bears game? I wasn't impressed with either one. I think Watson's got the upper hand, but I'm not impressed with either one. Yeah, Todd Bauman, yep. He came off the tractor. He was signed off the tractor, and he started the Chiefs game. Threw 2 touchdowns in the first half. I'm very excited. I'm Corral. I want to see some of the things they're adding. Piston Pete looks good, or Piston Peak looks pretty good. Yeah, that game watching the Jags fan, my best. Yeah, that was a fun one. That was a fun one. You know, Tex have the advantage there with the number 1 schedule. Appreciate you a ton, Gregory, on that one. Appreciate you a ton on that one. Opinions on Will Howard, I think he's the worst quarterback in that Steelers room. I was never impressed with his physical attributes. Good college quarterback, but I don't think he's made for the pros. I think he's clearly number 4 on the depth chart in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I think so too, Sports Dog. Yeah, that Saints team was darn good. Signing you the show playing off on the network, the screen is whitewashed. Man. If I was Jags owner for one day and all decisions are final, what's the first change that isn't a trade? MJD goes in the pride of the Jaguars. That's number 1. 1A, we make the Prowlers permanent. If I was in charge, Prowlers are permanent. The jerseys I got right now, they're permanent. MJD's in the pride of the Jaguars. And I work out a settlement with Jaguar, the car company, to 1 game a year, bring out these beauties. The 93 jerseys that we never got to use. Appreciate you a ton on that one. Appreciate you a ton. How's it going, P. Michael? Appreciate you, man. I would say no, Anthony. No, it was a heck of a season. We just got beat by Josh Allen. No shame in that. But appreciate you a ton, Gregory, on that one. Jamal Adams' right knee injury. Oof, that's rough. That's rough. No, MJD is not in. No. He had a falling out with Shad Khan. Like there was a whole contract thing with Khan. Basically, long story short, MJD led the league in rushing yards in 2011. We got new ownership in 2012. MJD wanted to be higher paid. Khan wouldn't bite, and MJD held out, and there was like bad blood between them. And it's one of these days he's got to be in the pride. Ball the 45-yard line, retire MJD's number. No, I wouldn't retire the number. No, he's not in the Hall of Fame. He won't make the Hall of Fame. Stretch play the right side of the field. That's going to be a gain of 1 down to the 46-yard line for DJ Dallas. He's brought down on the play by Garrett Nelson. Brings up 2nd and 9. Yeah, Rob Johnson, yep, we got a first-round pick out of him, which worked out very well. Yeah, that brightness, yeah. No, that brightness is bad. Yeah, we only retire numbers of guys in the Hall of Fame, but we keep numbers out of circulation for guys in the prime of the Jaguars. But MJD, his number's been reissued. Tyson Campbell wore that. If all was 15 years ago, yeah, but it was still... Believe me, he should be in. To the top of the screen, won the bomb back to his right. Mullins takes in the gun. They're going to send forward. Mullins looks, fires middle of the field. It's caught at the 50-yard line, and down at midfield on the play is Austin Trammell. Brings up 3rd and medium. Jalen Ford, who had the interception last drive, he gets the stop there. You know, I agree with you on that one, Lou. How many teams would you need a top 5 player all time for? Oh, man, he was so good. He was so good. I don't know, because he's not a Hall of Famer. He only played a few, years as a starter. It's only a couple of teams. To the top, one of the bomb back to his right. They're going to send 5. Mullins looks, first read not there, second read not there. He's just going to eat the sack. I don't know what he was doing there. I don't know what Mullins was doing there. Sacked on the play. And the Jags go 3 and out. It's Garrett Nelson on the stop. And the Jags will go 3 and out. Only Fantino be fired? Hopefully soon. Hopefully they're able to force him out. That'd be cool if he can go 4 homers in his debut. That'd be good. Yeah, Mullins, I couldn't tell you what he was doing on that one. That's not on the offensive line. He had plenty of time. He just ducked and took a sack. No awareness of the pocket collapsing. Yeah, pretty much sports talk. You're not wrong there. Logan Cook on to punt for the first time today. And this punt angled to the 15-yard line. Looking for some space here. And good job there by the gunner. Down to the 9-yard line. Loss of 6 on the return. And that's Yasir Abdullah, the 4th-year man, making the stop as the Saints returner tried to change direction, going from the right side to the left. Big mistake there, loss of 6. Redemption for the special teams unit, 36 yards of net. How's it going, Jonathan? Appreciate you, man. What should Saints fans know about Travis Etienne? I like the guy a lot. Etienne's a weird one because he goes down pretty easily. Appreciate you, Pete. He goes down pretty easily. His breakaway speed's not great, but he always knows where the hole is. He's a pretty solid back. I think you overpaid for him. I definitely, I think you overpaid a little bit for him, but I do like Etienne. He's a solid middle-of-the-road back who is good in the open field and very good in the passing game. So he'll make some impact on the passing game. It's time for Zach Wilson. No. They are pointing the correct direction. Yeah, New Orleans they are. Cubs are fun to watch right now. Yeah, unfortunately, the Cubs and the Padres, that does not help the D-backs out. Does not help the D-backs out the slightest bit. Trevor Etienne on a roster. He was on the Panthers last year. He still is on the Panthers, yeah. He's still on the Panthers. NASCAR Richmond? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm going Dylan on that one. Worst loss in Jags history. Oh, God. I mean, losing to the Texans in 2004, losing 21-0, that shutout loss to the Texans. I'd say the Titans lost in 06, where the Jags were 8-5 going into the game, and you win, you're pretty much in the playoffs, and they outgained the Titans 394-96 in total yardage, and they lost that game. That's up there for the worst loss in Jags history. 2023, Week 18 against the Titans, that was brutal. The Bengals lost Monday Night Football because that also injured Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, 99 AFC Championship, losing to the Titans 3 times in 1 year. It's up there. It's up there. Current Jaguars backs. I like Tuden more than most. I think Tuden is a bulldozer. I think he's going to help a lot in those short yardage situations. That's the other thing, too, with Etienne. He was not good in short yardage situations because he goes down too easily. I like Tuden a lot. I think Allen is a very good back in pass protection. I think the Jaguars' backfield's fine. Could be better, yes, but I think the backfield's fine. Trade for Trevor Etienne? No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, the Pats game AFC title loss, although we never should have been there in the first place. To be fair, that team, that hurt, but that obviously hurt, but that wasn't like a frustrating loss, but 3rd-18 was bad. Yeah, 2013 opening day, that one was brutal. We didn't cross the 40-yard line, our 40-yard line, until 5 minutes left in the game. We call this down the middle. Yeah, the chokes of the Texans last year. Yeah, at the very least, though, we bounced back from that. I think we needed that choke, honestly. That choke, without that choke, I don't think the Jaguars do what they did second half of last year, because they did not lose a game after that. Wilson or DeVito, who would I take as a backup? I would rather have Wilson just because he has a stronger arm, but it's rough either way. It was 7 divisional, yeah, although we were playing with house money that game, to be fair. We were playing with house money. How's it going, Troy? Yep. Jerry Jones suck. I've not gotten a chance to get around to that yet. Yeah, Pac-Man Jones, 83 yards. Yeah, the 06 game. Yeah, that was brutal. Ball at the 9-yard line here. One at the top, one at the bottom. Saints going right to left. Hand over the middle to the 10. And down to the 14-yard line goes Estime. Gain of 5 on the run. So he's brought down on the play by Branson Combs, who is fighting for a starting job. They listed on the depth chart for the Jaguars that the linebackers, the 3 linebackers, obviously Foye Oluokun, Dennis Skardek, and we don't know if it's going to be Ben Trumler or Branson Combs. He makes the stop there, 2nd and 5. BW5 with the 2, John Shire agitated for the upcoming season. Oh, yeah, there's going to be a lot of court storm, as you know. How's it going, Stefan? Appreciate you, man. Which game do you want, BW5? Catch on the call for. Appreciate you, man. 2nd down in the gun. They go quick to the line. Hand off once again, Estimate up the middle, down to the 17-yard line. We will call it 3rd and 3. I'll go 3rd and 2. Yeah, I think Tune's going to be good, man. Sad. I think he's going to be very, very good. How Jags gonna do? I think 11 and 6. The Texans defense is really good. I think they win the division if Stroud just plays average. Mark on with the 2. Worst Jags loss of me breaking stuff. Oh God. The Ravens game in 2016 was not fun. The Ravens game in 2016. I never like broken stuff, but the Ravens game in 2016 was just, my God. The Packers lost 2016 week 1. The 4th and 1 bubble screen was like one of the worst things I've ever seen. 3rd and 2. Hand up the middle here. Nothing doing. Gonna be close to the line to gain, but a great stop there up the gut, as they give it to C.J. Donaldson, and Strigow with the stop, who's had a great game today, had the sack earlier, and he'll get the stop here, and I think the Saints are going to punt, so they get no gain on that one. Appreciate you a ton, Troy, on that one. You love calling these games. First field storm of college football season? Oh, man. I mean, Clemson storms after every game, technically speaking. But on the one hand, yeah, on the other hand, would have been nice for the Jags to win. Although, Liam Cohen even said, and Baselli said, like that was the game that changed everything. They needed that one. Tyson come into the game. Oh, that's big. That's big. Your Ravens game was a Will Hill hit? I believe so, yeah. Yeah, we blew so many chances in that one. The 09 Jaguars, that defense was brutal. That team played above their weight. That team was not good. That's a shank of a punt down the right sideline. Not a good job by Wright. And the Jags are going to start in plus territory, as this punt will be out of bounds to the 38-yard line. So the Jags are starting in plus territory on an absolute shank by the new punter, Ryan Wright, who was signed by the Saints in free agency this year from the Vikings. A 21-yard punt. That's it. And the Jags will have very good field position going left to right. 95 lines, that was bad. But they were an expansion team. They were not expected to win that game. And the Wayne Fonts, Wayne Fonts, when he was fighting for his job, was the best coach ever. 03 Arizona, remind me of the writing error when Tapera got a vote in 2020 because the guy thought he wrote in Trey Turner. How do you even confuse the two? How do you confuse Tapera with Trey Turner? How do you even confuse that? So Jaguars rolled the 38-yard line. The remote of the couch at the Titans second pick 6. Yeah, that was bad. I was listening on the radio to that one. That one, we didn't have Sunday ticket back then, and I wasn't old enough to go to the bars, or the pubs, so I was listening on the radio for that one because we didn't get that. So ball will be for the Jaguars. They actually moved up to the 32-yard line. They actually changed the spot. I was going to check. I appreciate you, man. The Jaguars were not good in 09. That was MJD just making some insane plays. Mullins looks, play action, fires, second read, and that is incomplete. That is just a soft throw. No zip on that one. Looking down the right side for C.J. Williams. It's broken up by Martin Emerson Jr., acquired from the Browns this offseason. So again, it was a 14-yard punt. Yeah, that was a Wad Aziz punt. You're not getting on that one, Summer. Again, Jaguars going left to right. The Jaguars, that was a staple of Jack Del Rio teams, choking down the stretch. 04, we choked. 06, 8-5, missed the playoffs. 09, 7-5, miss. 2010, 8-5, miss. That was the Jack Del Rio staple. Handoff here in the gun. It's a gain of 1 for Jamari Taylor down the left side. We'll call it a gain of 1, 3rd and 9. I think that was Miller. Christian Miller said, pretty good game so far. Making the stop. You excited to take it back when it was DirecTV only. Yep. Yeah, we had to install the dish and everything. Yeah, 23, yeah, that was... Yeah, 23 was bad. 23 was a bad choke. That team was not that good, but they had a better record than they should have. Yeah, 2010, that was a Hail Mary. Yeah, that was the Mike Thomas Hail Mary. Yep, against the Texans. One on the top of the screen, trips to the bottom, back to his left, 4 wide, and movement on the line, so back it up 5 yards. 3rd and 14, movement on the left side of the line, false start. Getting a dog out at tackle, so... This is very much a makeshift line. Again, they're not playing the starters, and one of the backups is down. Garen Christian, the man getting called for that one. Had harder schedules? No, it wasn't really that. Playing the Colts was not great, but some of the teams that we lost to were not great teams. Yeah, 272. It's been good so far, Irvin. Oh, they're right next to each other? Oh, that makes sense. Trips to the bottom of the screen, back to his left here with 2 minutes to go in the first. Mullins takes a snap in the gun. They'll send 5. Mullins looks, fires middle of the field, slam pass incomplete. And Nick Mullins, it's been a rough one for him. Looking for travel over the middle of the field. It's broken up on the slant by Jaden Price. And that will send Cam Little out there for what will be a 54-yard field goal. But for him, 54 is like 40. We do only preseason for the Jaguars? Yeah, we don't do regular season for the Jaguars. Press Taylor, any good years? No. No, he did not. 22, he did not do anything. 22, Doug Peterson ran the offense. And then Taylor took over in 23. You know, 22 was so good it overrated, so 23. No, 22 could play, Anthony. 22 could play. 54-yard try for Cam Little. Snap is good. Kick is up. It has the distance, and it is right down the middle. Cam Little. Oh, no, I get you on that one, Irvin. Yep. So the Jaguars do nothing with the short field after a 14-yard punt, but Cam Little drills the kick. Remember, he hit a 70-yard field goal in preseason last year in the first game. Has the NFL record for the longest field goal. He did it twice. From 68 last year, so 54 in a dome is nothing for him. So he has to get 68 at sea level in Jacksonville. They're retiring the 5-timers club after Lorne Michaels was held at gunpoint by an assailant who appears to be a stocky 25-year-old from D.C. Oh, Jaden Daniels. So 7-3 your score, but this has been a rough one for Mullins. I don't think Gladstone can ignore the quarterback situation right now. No, JDR got stabbed in the back by Gene Smith in the draft. Yep. Yeah, no, Jack Del Rio did not want him. But then Del Rio and Gene Smith stabbed David Garrard in the back after the luncheon. Stabbed him in the back after the luncheon. Well, Anthony, a lot of that was the first half of the season. The first half of the season, the Jaguars, when they lost, they got blown out badly in 2010. That team could play. That team could play. How's it going, Mike? Appreciate you being here, man. Right, Taylor's taking on Lester Rowley. Yeah, it's like Shane Waldron with us. He's like non-existent. Kickoff field at the 10-yard line, taken to the 20, 25. Looking for better kickoff coverage here, and that's going to do it. To the 32-yard line, brought down on the play. On the return by Jalen Husky. Husky, one of the team's 3 third-round picks this year, the Maryland man, and there is a flag on the play. So this one could be coming back. How's it going, Jacob? Appreciate you being here, man. At what point James Daniel just let LSU use number 5? Well, I mean, Pickett's using the number. Pickett's using number 5 as it is, so he has no say in that. It's not his number. You know, Doug Peterson, yeah, he did it twice. If I had a nickel for every time Doug Peterson sabotaged himself for Presto. How's it going, Mike? Appreciate you being here, man. So holding on the return, so the Saints will be backed up. Probably around the 15-yard line, I would say. I get you on that one, Jonathan, with Hamlin. I get you on that one. Yeah, the 09 Jags were not great, yeah. The 09 Jags, that was MJD just stood on his head that year. And we're with a Tanner. Appreciate you a ton. Which game do you want? I'll get you on the call for it. Appreciate you, man. Which game do you want? Mix Campbell's run the MC Championship so bad was wasn't just say Coley took a timeout when he didn't need to. Yep. The timeout was insane. The timeout was insane. Rattler, pressured, fumbles. Recovered by the Jaguars at the 10-yard line. Spencer Rattler sacked for the second time today, and it's B.J. Green picking it up at the 10-yard line. Jaguars starting the red zone. They're forcing some pressure. The backup defensive line forcing some pressure, and the Jaguars over the 10-yard line. Well, I agree with. I would agree with you on the timeout manager. That was terrible. Rattler tried to escape the pocket. He was flushed out with the pressure being applied by Yasir Abdullah. He's had a decent game today on the fringe of making the roster. Abdullah in on the pressure. Then Wesley Williams, the team's 4th-round pick out of Duke, on the hit. And B.J. Green recovers. How's it going, Cujo? Appreciate you, man. Well, Niners Chargers. Get you on. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you a ton. Basketball's different than football, though, when we're the fan. Basketball's different than football. So Jaguars have at the 7-yard line and a goal-to-go spot. Second straight drive, they're starting in plus territory. Well, 2010 I don't think was playing above their weight. 2010, that was a pretty bang average team. One of the top, one of the bottom. 09 was above their weight. The Broncos beat... Yeah, no, the Falcons looked like crap. And the Falcons played their starters. Toss play here up the middle. That's going to get nothing. DJ Dallas blown up. It's a loss of 7. A terrible start to the drive. Miles Cole on the stop. Miles Cole, the former Jaguar, making the stop, loss of 7. So they try to run up the middle on a halfback toss up the middle. You know, the Falcons are a mess. And the Falcons played their starters. Like, they got no pass rush. The Falcons played a lot of their starters. That was brutal. The Falcons, they are a mess. Oh, no, you can't fire Campbell on that one. Can't fire Campbell on that one. So second down here for the Jaguars, second and goal. Back to his left here is Dallas, and there's some more movement on the offensive line. False start on the right side of the line. New quarterback in is Carter Bradley. So Nick Mullins' day is done. And hopefully that's the last we ever see of him, because my God, he sucks. The former Raiders and Niners quarterback. Now with Jacksonville. There's a neutral zone infraction, so the movement was caused by the Saints jumping on the line. So move it up 5 yards. So second and goal at the 9-yard line. Movement on the right side of the line. As they're going to get Malachi Williams on that one. So second and goal to the 9-yard line. Get back to paint on that one over. And yep, MLS is back, baby. We'll take it from here. So second and goal. Well, that was different. And we're different. I mean, I did not agree with that firing at all with Schottenheimer, but Schottenheimer, you have to remember that he sucked in the playoffs. He absolutely sucked in the playoffs. Have you done that one? Yes, I have. Yeah, that's a fun one. That's a fun one. I don't think I've recorded it, though. I don't think I've put it as a recording. So, that's a fun one. So, second and goal here. Jaguars going left to right with Bradley in the game now. Back to his right here. Trips to the top of the screen. One at the bottom. The bottom of the screen is Cameron. They're going to send four. Look at goal line. Fade to the right side for the tight end. Incomplete. Looking for Koziel. Broken up on the right side by Martin Emerson. They line the tight end up one-on-one. Try that goal line fade, and you got to throw that one up. If you're going for the tight end there, tight end on the corner, you got to throw that ball up. Yeah, Nick Mullins sucks. You're telling me on that one. They got to put that ball in a better spot. That's not a good throw by Bradley. You're throwing a goal line. You're throwing back shoulder one-on-one to the tight end on the cornerback. You have to put that in a spot where the corner cannot get there. Tanner Koziel has the height advantage. 6'2". He has the advantage. Trips to the top, one of the bomb, back to his right. Bradley takes it. They're going to send 5. Bradley, pressure, try to escape the sack. Flag on the play. I'm not sure if this could be a face mask. Brought down at the 15-yard line, but it's going to be holding on the Jaguars, so it's not going to be a face mask. The head did come back, but that flag will be declined, and the Jaguars once again do nothing with a short field. Jackson Dart, he takes way too many hits. Shy, the greatest coach to ever win a Super Bowl? Oh, no. Bug Grant. Easily Bug Grant. You know, shoddy ball in the playoffs, that was a real thing. How's it going, Michael? So Bradley gets sacked on the play. Second time today, the Saints have forced a sack. Could you really 227? Resubmit at the end of the quarter? All right, we will do that. We'll do that at halftime. Not sure I'll have enough time for that, but which game do you want? I'll get you on the call for it, Cujo. So Cam Little out for the field goal. So Jags once again do nothing with a short field. Which game do you want, Cujo? Get you on the call. Appreciate you, man. We'll do that at halftime. And this kick is right down the middle once again. So Cam Little, 2 for 2. He's done his part. The rest of the Jaguars offense, not so much. We got NJ Carfan get the membership. Which game do you want? I'll get you on the call for it. Appreciate you guys. You guys are coming in hot. Ooh, keep hot. Do you want Hunters Blue right now? Who's got this one? Red Eye. Appreciate you a ton. As remember, get a lot of cool perks. Name of the NH video members only can use emojis in the chat. Appreciate you a ton. Cujo wants the Chargers game. How's it going, Brian? Appreciate you being here, man. We got a member for 34 months now. Keenan, appreciate you, man. Happy preseason at the Bills game because of work, man. But you look good. Bills look good today, I will say. Bills look good. Yeah, we got the meme score. We got the 6-7 score. So the Jaguars, twice now, have done nothing with a short field. All right, so Cujo, because there's a request attached, that's a 2. And NJ Carfan, appreciate you a ton on that one. Or that was just LAB and Elway. Yeah, that was LAB and Elway on that one. That was LAB and Elway. So 7-6. It's 2 drives now. The Jaguars have started in plus territory and gotten just 6 points out of it. Kickoff here. There's a flag on the return. Yeah, Dan Reeves might be no, because Marv Levy's next. Personal foul face mask on the Saints. So back it up on the return. Yeah, a lot of them are using Fox graphics. Yep. So on the return here, Strigow was able to force the face mask. So he was trying to make the tackle. Strigow's been playing out of his mind today. Jackson Sermon getting called for that one. So the Saints will be backed up to start this drive. Rattler's still in the game after fumbling on the last play. The Saints will have it here. Well, could be the final play of the quarter. Yeah, we got to get back on quarterback. Who would I get? Whoever the Steelers cut, I wouldn't be opposed. Would it be an improvement? No, not at this point. No, his brain's mush, Kevin. Toss play here. Going to the right side of the field, and that's going to be a gain of 3. Down to the 14-yard line before he's brought down. Played by Wesley Williams. Calls him a few times in the 4th round pick. Ty Chandler, the former Vikings back, on the give there. Don Coryell, I mean, he's in the Hall of Fame. I would say to never win. I would say top 5. I would say one of the top 5 coaches to never win it. In the Super Bowl era, obviously. So we will go to the end of 1. Saints lead by 1. Jags defense playing pretty well so far. Again, all the backups are playing. 1 minute, so much time. That's it. The sign paper, man. You bet you guys have time for being here. I got Eric. Don't worry. I got Eric. I got it. See, well, the Raiders. Yep, I got you on the Raiders. Yep, I got you on it. Yeah, no, I got him. I got him. If you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. And this one brought to you by Prize Picks. Use my code HMA. Play $5. Get 150 in bonus lineups if you win your first $5 lineup available in most states. Put a poll up. Remember the last time these teams went in the preseason last year, the Jaguars and Saints tied. It was the first ever tie in Jaguars history across all competitions. Doesn't count as a tie, but it is the first ever tie. Oh, it's 6-9 is warning. Tyler Shatley wore 6-9 for a while for the Jaguars. You know, they allow it in football. The second sub here, will the NFL ever retire a number? No. If they ever did, it's for Walter Payton. If the NFL ever retires a number, it'll be Walter Payton's 34. Other than that, no chance. They would have done it by now at this point. Walter Payton is the only one that has a case. Starters in preseason, they should play a little bit. I do think it is good for a quarterback to get hit at least one time before the season starts. Don't play him too much, but I have no problem playing starters for like 1 or 2 drives to get their feet wet. I don't like it when teams don't play their starters at all. The Jaguars did that in 2019 where they did not play their starters. They look very rusty. Joint practices are not the same. I get it, but you do need that contact. LeBron, yes, he played high school football. Yep, he did. Yeah, losing to the Culver House Starbucks team. Yeah, that was brutal. That was brutal. Game management, dumb decision in the preseason. Yes. So it can't happen. So dumb decisions in the preseason can only happen if it affects the regular season. So let's say, hypothetically, Liam Cohen decides, I'm going to put Trevor Lawrence in the game in the 4th quarter. That's a dumb decision. But if it's a clock management thing, no, I don't care about that in preseason. I could not care less about that in preseason. Because you're trying out new things in preseason. The only time you could have a dumb decision in preseason is like Mark Sanchez playing in the second half for the Jets in 2013 in the preseason, when he's the starting quarterback. Like, that's a dumb decision. Anything that impacts your regular season. But game management, no. Like, dumb decision would be the Chiefs put Mahomes out there in the 4th quarter trying to get a 2-minute drill. Why Walter Payton? For, if they're going to retire a number, humanitarian work. They named the Walter Payton Man of the Year award for Best Humanitarian Man of the Year, and also one of the greatest players of all time. So that's a little bit different. Other than Walter Payton, there's no one. There's no one who could ever warrant a league-wide retirement number in the NFL. No, AI was very small for a quarterback. He was very small for one. Right, he dabbled with the idea of playing in the NFL. He did. Yeah, get the game over as fast as possible without injuries. Yep. Jags are a pretty cool team. Yeah. No, it's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a fun year, I think, in Jacksonville. Fingers crossed. We've never really had 2 good seasons in a row since I've been a fan, but fingers crossed. Last time we made the playoffs back-to-back years was the 90s, so hopefully that changes this year. 2nd and 7. Saints this time going left to right. Jaguars right to left, all send 4. Rather looks slam pass that's caught at the 22-yard line. Good grab there over the middle of the field. For Barian Brown, the team's 6th round pick this year. Out of LSU, it's enough for the first. Right at the line to gain at the 21-yard line. Yeah, KC and the Rams are tied at 3. I have that one at NFL Network as well. It's ball at the 21-yard line here for the Saints. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. Over 10,000 total views this stream. You guys have been awesome. Appreciate you a ton for being here on this one. Yeah, dumb decision, that came in off, unfortunately. Yep, unfortunately, Irvin on that one. Oh, no, it's going to eventually die. It's already dying. It's already dying. No, the Jets were a bad team that year. One at the top of the screen, one at the bottom. Under center here is Rattler motioning to close to the line. Bum Means. Play action here. Rattler looks, hits around middle of the field. It's caught at the 29-yard line. It's Means, the motion man, making the grab before he's brought down at the 29-yard line by Corey Ballantyne. Corey Ballantyne has bounced around a lot of different teams. He was just on the Cowboys. Call a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. What game started the streak of watching every game in person or live on TV? Well, I used to listen on the radio to every game, but every game, like watching it on TV, 2009. Week 1. Week 1, 2009. Handoff here up the middle on 2nd down. They got the first at the 35-yard line. Called a gain of 6. Right up the middle of the field, and that is Ty Chandler on the give. You Jags going to regress a bit? I don't know. Because we really did not force turnovers second half of last season. So the Bears, a lot of it was turnovers. That's not sustainable. The Jaguars, I think it is pretty sustainable. Because you have to remember, too. Yeah, I think New Jersey's the favorite for the League World Series. I do think with the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence learned the offense second half of last year. And they did that without Travis Hunter. That winning streak was without Travis Hunter. Like, we didn't have any of our draft picks make any huge contributions in the first 2 days. Now they're all healthy. Rather, play action, fires on the run. That's caught the 43-yard line. Called a gain of 8. And it's Kevin Austin Jr. on the grab. We got negative with the 5. Appreciate you a ton on that one. If a coach does something like that in the preseason, would I make a decision? Absolutely. 100%. 100,000% on that one. Which game do you want, negative? I'll get you in the call for it. No, NBA makes sense because there's so many numbers and so few players. So, second down here, hand over the middle, breaks one tackle and down at the 46-yard line. And again, that should be enough for the first down, and it will be. Yeah, line's enough for injury, so it could have won it all. Which game do you want, negative? Get you on the call for that one. Yeah, but if even if they don't get injured, like if you put like Trevor Lawrence out there in the fourth quarter, I'm gonna say dumb decision. You know, that team was bad sports dog. Yeah, Raiders Texans, perfect. Get you on the call for it. Appreciate you guys. You guys coming in hot today. I appreciate it a ton. Issue here is with Mullins. Yeah, no, Mullins sucks. Mullins might be the worst backup quarterback in football of like the number 2s. One of the top 3 the bottom back to is right here. In the gun, Rattler takes it. They're going to send 5 safety blitz. It's caught on the slant pass. Got rid of it quickly. Recognized the blitz and fires a slant. Barry Brown, second grab of the day of the drive for him, down to the 45-yard line of Jacksonville. They are going to give him enough for the first down. Let's say he went down to 44, so it's enough for the first. You know, I don't know who's going to be available as backup. We need to see someone with a Carter Bradley or Joey Aguilar. That's what we need at this point. Now the mark a yard shy. Bubble screw on the right side. Kevin Austin makes a grab on the right. His third grab of the game, and he's down the 39-yard line. Now it's enough for the first down. Gain of 6 going on the right side of the field. He's just taking out a play. On TV, it's on NFL Plus. It's on NFL Plus. We have NFL Plus. We have NFL Plus. I'll put the link in. We have NFL Plus. Believe me, you're not missing much. It's not good right now. It's not good. Duplicate numbers, they do in the regular season. They do in preseason. You can have duplicate in the preseason, but regular season, they would never do that. No. Now with a 53-man roster. College, you kind of need to because there's so many guys on the team. But for college, no. Oh, yeah, Will Levis or Scooby too? Yeah, you're not wrong there. Not wrong on that one. First down at the 39-yard line. Stretch play here. Now bounced up the middle of the field to the 35 and down at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the run up the gut for Estime, for he's brought down by Jelani Tavai, the former Patriot linebacker who played in the Super Bowl. He was just signed by the Jaguars a couple days ago. Gives some linebacker depth. Some much-needed linebacker depth there. We're going to do the Chargers backup. I think it's going to be Trey Lance. I think it will be Lance. Yeah, the PSL skip? Yeah, no, I'm not crazy about PSLs. Not crazy with that. If the D-backs ever do PSL, I'm quitting. Yeah, Gino had a perfect pass rating. Yep. Yeah, against the Dolphins. I think it was the final week of that season in 2013. 158.3. Same year against the Bills, he had a 0-point. Rattler fired on the run, but a good pass break up there. We might have got a frame drop there. Oh, yeah, we definitely got a frame drop. We got a frame drop there. Refresh. You're right. Well, he's out of Jacksonville. Has he ever played a team in the preseason? They go on to play regular season. Yes, we played the Falcons before. We played the Falcons in the preseason many times and then played them in the regular season. But a good pass break up there. That's Jalen Husky on that one. The third-round pick for the Jaguars. 3rd and 5 against Saints going left to right. 2 at the top of the screen. 2 at the bottom. Back to his left here. Rattler in the gun. Takes a snap. They're going to send 5 this time, just like they did the last third down. Fires off his back foot. Hitch route. Left side caught at the 26-yard line. And enough for the first down. It's Kevin Austin. They'll move the chains at the 26. Good drive here for New Orleans. Over 5 minutes off the clock on this drive. Have an ESPN goal? Oh, I have no idea on that. I have no idea on that one. Yeah, backup quarterback situation in Detroit? Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, our backup quarterback situation is giving me nightmares. Like, I said at the time, I was never high on Mullins. I am terrified of the backup quarterback situation in Jacksonville. And this game did not alleviate that at all. Other than that, I'm not too upset about this game right now. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Obviously, we have to see Odaga's injury because that's not good. I mean, it's not that good, but obviously you don't want anyone getting hurt. Swing pass to the left side, brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1. Branson Combs. Good open field tackle there on Ty Chandler. Loss of 1. 2nd and 11. Like, right now for the Jaguars, the rookies are playing well. Strigo's playing well. I like what I see of our draft picks. The cons are obviously the Odaga injury, and Mullins just sucks. You know, we used to double team regular season preseason back in the 90s. Yeah, a lot of teams did that back in the day. You know, it's not a sign of things to come. Yeah, at quarterback at least. At quarterback, we need something. We need something at quarterback. Because I am not comfortable with Mullins. At all. 2nd and 11, ball at the 27-yard line here. Saints going left to right just outside the red zone. One at the top of the screen, two at the bottom, 3-step drop. Rattler, first screen out there, second screen out there, swings it behind the line of scrimmage, caught, but broken up at the 30-yard line. Estime goes down, Jabbar Muhammad. A great open field tackle there. I will say the Jaguars tackling some pretty good today. The Jaguars tackling some pretty good. What was NFL called before 1920? You mean before 1922 was the AFPA. It was the APFA. That was what it was. Was Saints win the Super Bowl 46 if they upset the Niners? I think they would. Yep, I think they would have. I think they would have beat the Giants that year. Yeah, Mike Brown, back-to-back pick six walk-off. That's not going to happen again. That's unbreakable record. 3 consecutive pick six walk-offs in OT. That will never be broken again. One at the top of the screen. Trips to the bottom. Back to his right here. Rattler in the gun. 3rd and 14. Fake the bubble screen. Now just going to chuck it into the dirt. Is there going to be an eligible man downfield? Because that screen took a long time to develop. The bubble screen was not open. Rattler chucked him into the dirt. Whether it's an eligible man downfield or not, it's irrelevant because it's 4th down. They would decline the penalty anyways. Could have got a man down the field, but Saints have to settle for 3. Saints have 2 kickers on the roster here. This will be a 48-yard try. You'll see more starts pretty soon. Yeah, we'll see. Your Rams kicker right now looks like an offensive lineman wearing number 92. Oh, that's so funny. I love that. I love that. McCarthy, a possibility as a backup for a 3rd or 4th rounder? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Because right now we need something. Tanner Brown going to try the field goal. And this one from 48 yards is perfect. So Saints get 3 on the long drive. And it's 10-6. I mean, the Jags need something at backup. They need something. Because it's a mess. Nick Mullins, that was abysmal today. Yes, good fair play, bubble screen, yep. Right, so guaranteed they win the Super Bowl, but I think they would have. Pick up Mike White. Nah, I'm not a Mike White guy. No, I'm not a Mike White guy. His time came and gone. Came and went. Yeah, if you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. We do have emojis in the chat here. Remember, we will be live later today for the Cowboys-Seahawks game. You have a fit kicker. Yep, the Birmingham Stallion, man. Yep. Yeah, Mevis, yep. Yeah, he was good in the UFL. Zach Wilson, maybe. Wilson doesn't inspire a lot of confidence. We need a legit backup. We need a legit backup. I honestly don't know. I wouldn't hate Trey Lance if only because you could use him on short yardage situations. I would not hate Trey Lance. How's the Jags looking? Well, quarterback's a mess. Backup quarterback's a mess. The run blocking's not great, but again, our offensive line is injured to hell and back. These are not any of the starters out there. Offensive line depth might not be great right now, and obviously Adaga being injured is not great. Danny Strigo is playing well. The rookies are playing well. I like what I see out of the rookies so far. Like, Huskies made some nice plays in the secondary. Wesley Williams has made some nice tackles and some pressures. I like the rookies on defense so far. They're making some good plays. So I'd say mixed bag. Mixed bag. Wolves on that one. My fan, both teams, no. Jaguars, no. If you're wondering the Saints helmets, I have helmets for every team. So I have about 1,500 total helmets. Clay Kubiak one day becomes head coach. Fact. Josh Johnson, he's on the Ravens. But he's still playing. So I have helmets for every team. So when the Cowboys play the Seahawks later tonight, I'm going to flip the helmets out. But no, I'm not a Saints fan. No, I just have a ton of helmets for every team. I have at least 20 for every team. Trevor didn't play today. No, not Trevor. No. The starters are not playing. I'm talking backup quarterback. Sets of Salam. I'm talking backup quarterback. Trevor Lawrence, he's the guy. No, there's no debate about that. We're not playing the starters. Our backup quarterback situation's a mess. How's it going, Granted? Yeah, Abdullah strip sack. Yeah, that was good. Saints really put 15 yards. Yeah, that was a shank. Yeah, the big question mark today, obviously, for the Jaguars is Nick Mullins is just brutal. Nick Mullins cannot be the quarterback, the backup quarterback. How do you think Trees feel about Aller the go? I mean, he's rooting for him. He would love to be proven wrong on that. AFL, yeah, I know what the AFL is. Yes, I do. I know what the AFL is. I think if the Chargers want to go with Uyunglele, I would not hate trading for Trey Lance and just use him on the QB sneak and QB power situations. Kickoff return here down to the 33-yard line for Chandler Brayboy. So that's where the Jags will start this drive again. Carter Bradley in a quarterback, replacing Nick Mullins. First drive for Bradley, did nothing. Again, the Jaguars started in plus territory. They started in a goal-go spot and did nothing. Oh, no, Spurs on that one, yep. Give me the Hornets on that one, Keller. Give me the Hornets. That's brutal. Travis not playing? No, Travis is not playing. No, we're resting all the starters. Rattler, yeah, I'm not crazy about Rattler. 0% chance of home starts week 1. I mean, he's been practicing right now. He just doesn't look healthy. I'm not saying it's the right call. You playing all the backups? Yeah, pretty much. One at the top of the screen, two at the bottom. Yeah, no stars are out there. How's it going, Mustangs? We're Duval, baby. Yeah, we should have set a backup. I'm with you on that one. Bradley looks to middle of the field. That's caught. Good play there on the deep crosser. The deep in route, CJ Williams. He's having a pretty good game so far. The rookie receivers have done their part. Josh Cameron, CJ Williams. And a deep in route there, going right to left. Gain of 17, first down. Good throw by Bradley. Into a tight window over the middle of the field. How Mason Rudolph? Wouldn't hate that. If the Steelers like Aller, I would not hate Mason Rudolph as the backup. I would not hate that. Yeah, I got Horn, so Keller. Who am I surprised getting legit reps in 26? I would say Josh Johnson. Josh Johnson's one of them. One at the top of the screen, and now Bradley will be in the gun. He audibles the play. Two at the top, one at the bottom. Back to his left here is Taylor. Bradley, they'll send four. Bradley looks, clean pocket, fires middle of the field, and almost intercepted. Terrible throw there. Tight window, was looking on the play for Hunter Long, the tight end. He's fighting for a roster spot this year. Martin Emerson breaks that one up. Emerson's had a pretty good game today. 2nd and 10. Jaguars, obviously, it's a big question mark at tight end. Brennan Strange just signed an extension. He's very good. Everything else, they drafted 2 tight ends. Quinton Morris, Hunter Long. There's a lot of competition. Cam Ward breakout year. I'm not sure it's a crazy hot take, but he did not look good in the preseason. Jordan Littleton, all good on that one, Cujo. All good on that one. And Jags are in field goal range, technically speaking. 2 at the top, one bomb back to his right here. They're going to call a draw up the middle of the field. As Jamari Taylor, he's going to get 2 on that one. What Jags season did I dread? 2013, I knew we were going to suck. 2013, I knew it was going to be brutal. 2013, watching the preseason and watching Gabbard, I'm like, yeah, no, we're going to suck. Just fast forward to draft a quarterback in 2014. I was on the draft Teddy Bridgewater trade. I was like, just skip 2013. You know, yeah, exactly. Yep. 678. Actually, not horrific. No. Yeah, maybe Gladstone knows what he's doing. Wild cards? Oh, I don't know that one, Keller. I don't know. Hall of Fame backup quarterbacks? I mean, Earl Morrall. Earl Morrall is definitely in the Hall of Fame for backup quarterbacks. 2 at the top, one of them back to his right. Some movement on the line, a snap infraction. Second time to the Jags called for a false start. Back it up 5 yards to the 47-yard line. Right, no. Kicker, yeah, special teams is the one where that doesn't change. If a kicker sucks in preseason, they're not going to get better in the regular season. Because that's just rhythm. Now we're not feeling worse. It's one to root for the Jaguars. Yeah, Luke Jokel was drafted that year, yep. 6 minutes ago in the first half, Jaguars going right to left. 2 at the top of the screen, 2 at the bottom. Back to his left here is Jamari Taylor. Takes a snap of the gun. They're going to send 5. Bradley looks. Hit as he throws. And that's incomplete. And the Saints pick it up. I think that ball was going forward. But you got to pick that up if you're Austin Trammell. You got to at least make an effort to pick that up because that came out a bit wobbly. 4th down. They're going to punt it away. So the drive stalls at midfield. Yeah, probably not going to send Keller yet. And now, I mean, you could try the field goal with Cam Little, but 70 yards out. But they will not. They will just punt it away with Logan Cook. It's a good punt last time. Jaguars forced the Saints to start inside the 10. His second punt of the game here. And Cook gets this one off. It's fielded at the 14-yard line. And fair catch made there. So Saints starting inside their own 15. The fair catch by Trey Palmer. Former Bucks receiver. Right, of course, Keller on that one. Yeah, of course on that one. So while the 14-yard line here for the Saints, we'll call it about a 40-yard punt. No return on the play. You know, that team was... That was bad architect. Yeah, no, those teams were brutal to watch. Yeah, I agree with you, Keller, on that one. I agree with you on that one. I would say, yeah, I agree with you on that. Parker Hughes from the game. I've not called his number. No, I don't think... I've not called his number yet. I've not called his number. I'm not covering English football this right now, but Wolves yesterday, that was insane. Wolves yesterday was nuts. Or no, that defeat the purpose goal in Celia. Earl Morrall's like the one legit backup like that. And do it little, yeah. Maybe the end of the half they would have tried that. Yeah, it was in his range. It was in his range. Ball at the 14-yard line for the Saints. When we get back in, Saints going left to right. Appreciate all you guys for being here again. If you like what you see, hit that like button, subscribe. Over 12,000 total views for the stream. You guys have been great. Remember, we will be live for the Cowboys-Seahawks game later tonight. That game at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And again, every member gets to use emojis in the chat. We got emojis for both teams. You also have this thing called You Make the Call. Every donation counts toward that. Help me decide which game we're calling it. Don Strock, that's a good pick too. Don Strock is a pretty good pick. We have this thing called You Make the Call, and how You Make the Call works. Sixers on that one, Keller. Sixers. How you make the call works is every donation counts. Help me decide which game we're calling on Thursday. Raiders, Texans, or Niners, Chargers. We can only call one. So I'm going to decide which one we're doing. Yeah, they ain't wearing the red jerseys anymore. Nope. I get you on that one, Keller. That's a tough division. We will be live. This is the first of 2 games that we are doing today. First of 2 games that we are doing. Cowboys, Seahawks, later tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time. I'll flip over the helmets, take out the Jags and Saints helmets, put in Cowboys and Seahawks helmets, and we will go from there. Then tomorrow we're going to be doing some Liga MX action. Tomorrow we will be doing action in Liga MX. I can guarantee that we are doing the America San Luis game. I can guarantee that. We might do Pumas against Quitario. We might do that one. And Santos, Guadalajara, there might be an overlap, so I'm not sure we do Santos, Guadalajara. But we'll probably do Pumas and America. Probably do that one. How are the Sixers on? No, they got a good team this year. What 90s jersey do I want to make a comeback this year? Oh, they fixed the white balance. Oh my God, they fixed the white balance. Oh my God. About time. It only took, I don't know, like an hour. But to make a comeback this year, I would say the Falcons 90s uniforms. And obviously the Jaguars. Okay, now it's like super dark, but I'd rather have that. Now there's like no color. It's like black and white. But baby steps. Handoff here in the gun, nothing doing. Brought down at the line of scrimmage is C.J. Donaldson. Oh my God. Okay. I can finally see the text. Yep. JGD. Wait. Hugh Jackson and Nice, he failed the Browns. Yeah, he went 1-31. He failed them. That team was a playoff team in 2018. That team had a winning record after they fired Hugh Jackson. Oh my God. Thank God. Thank God. We fixed the white balance. If you're watching on NFL Plus, you know. It's like very dark. It's like black and white, but I'd rather have that. 2 at the top. Back to his right. New quarterback in the game for the Saints. Incomplete. It is Zach Wilson. So Spencer Rattler's day is done. He's looking over the middle for the tight end. Montavo, and it's broken up on the hitch route. 3rd and 10. No gain on that one. Bryce Hunt's in the game? No, he is not. He is not. I would say no on that one, Anthony. Those uniforms were not the best. It's not that bad, Urban, I guess, yeah. The 2020s version? I know they made a 2020s version of Franklin. How's it going, Granny? Yep, we like the old-timey with clearly two 1950s black and white teams. Yes. Should they promote Kitchen's head coach? No, I did not think so. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. They're going to send 4. I think it should have been Williams. Hitch route, and again, incomplete over the middle of the field. Same route. Would have been short of the 6 even if it was caught. But a good break up there for the Jaguars. And it's Rayon Lane, the former Navy safety. 2nd-year man. Played a lot of special teams action last year. No, he's not played any. No, he has not played any. So Zach Wilson 0 for 2 on that drive on 2 hitch routes. The former 2nd overall pick in the NFL draft, the same year that Trevor Lawrence was drafted. Watch on WFL here in Orlando. Nice. Yep. That's why I watched the Jaguars-Saints game last year for preseason when I was in Disney World. I was in the hotel room for that, and then we went to Hollywood Studios afterwards. That was a fun day. Fun day. Ryan Wright on the punt. Last one was a complete shank. This one not a shank. He called fair catch! Oh my God. Fair catch, the 34. Josh, what are you doing? There was no one within like 20 yards of you. Why did you call fair catch there? It's a 53-yard punt, no return. What the hell was that? Cameron. Jared versus is enjoying the game. Yep. You know, Kitchens is not good. No. Yeah, Lane with the play. Yeah, I want him and Ransell to improve. Improve their worth of picks. Although Lane is good on special teams. What the hell was that, Cameron? I mean, when I say there was no one within 20 yards of him when he called for the fair catch, I mean, a sketch? Oh, the Texans fan, yep. We root for very different teams. I don't know what that fair catch was, but that was ill-advised fair catch. I get erring on the side of caution. Yeah, regular season, yeah, that'd be a dumb decision. I get erring on the side of caution, but there was literally no one on the screen. That's not great. Yeah, that's how you get cut. Yeah, no, that was bad. Some of these guys secure possession. No, there's 20 yards of daylight. Again, I get erring side of caution. There was no one there. There was literally no one next to him. It was like Bono running by himself. Yeah, it was that far away. Literally, there was no one on the screen. It was 20 yards to the closest Saints player. You could have got at least 7 yards on the return. He outkicked the coverage. Ryan Wright outkicked his coverage badly. Actually got very lucky there. that Cameron called for a fair catch. Because I don't know what the hell that was. My God. Yeah, we're going to be live for the Cowboys Seahawks game later tonight. We're going to be live for League MX on Sunday. We got a lot of action on the docket. We're going to be live for a lot of preseason games next week and the week after that. We got college football all season. We're going to be live for triple headers as well. We don't know what he was told. I don't think he was told to fair catch that one. I'm going to take a wild guess on that one. Seeing as there was no one within 20 yards of him, I don't think he was told to fair catch. Plus, you don't learn anything with a fair catch. You honestly don't learn anything. You want to get the reps in. But we will be live for preseason games throughout the season. Every primetime game this year we're live for. So make sure you're here for that. If you like this, we are here for every primetime game this season. We are also going to be live for college football. We do a triple header every Saturday. We do midweek action, CUSA, and whatnot. Friday night college football. We do everything on here. We're going to be calling about probably 200 games for college football this year. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be hectic, but it's going to be a ton of fun. Have a whole college football setup as well with all the autographed helmets and a ton of helmets of all different colleges. So that'll be cool. That will be really, really cool. I can't wait for that to start up again. My voice will not be ready for that. But 12 days till college football starts. You know the helmets. Yep, you do see NOLA helmets. I have helmets for every team. Under center here is Bradley. Going to start with a misdirection handoff. Up the middle of the field goes DJ Dallas. And there's a flag on the play. Brought down the 35-yard line, right at the line of scrimmage. Taken down there by Miles Cole. My Cowboys jerseys. So we have jerseys? Probably, I think three. I have a lot of Cowboys helmets. Holding on the offense, backing up 10 yards. Yeah, worst fair catch of all time. Yeah, Rashad Green sucked. Keeping Rashad Green over Alan Lazard made no sense. No, Rashad Green's brutal. Rashad Green, he had that one return against the Titans in 2015 in the primetime game. Other than that, he did nothing with us. That's how drop every pass. That game against the Colts in 2018 was brutal. We stopped that drive. East Bama, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. They'll probably make the call. Usually, I let everyone decide based on donations which game we do. Some matchups are protected if they're top 10, like Ohio State, Texas, we're going to do guaranteed. But everything else, usually you guys decide on that. Trips to the top, one to the bottom, back to his left. 1st and 20. They're going to call a screen pass here. Floats up to Dallas. Dallas following his block. Cuts upfield to the 25. Good job there by Dallas to the 30-yard line. They'll get some of the yardage back. 2nd and 14. Gain of 6. Good touch on that pass by Bradley, just floating it up over the head of the defensive lineman. And DJ Dallas goes from the right side to the middle of the field. The Cowboys jersey have that scooter. Oh, I do have a lot of Cowboys. I do have Hollywood Henderson. I do have Hollywood Henderson's jersey. I have Jay Novacek's jersey. I think I have Bob Lilly as well. I think I have his jersey. I think I have 3 Cowboys jerseys everywhere. So 2nd and 14, the 30-yard line. You know, worst for catch of all time. Yeah, that brutal. Anything at the 1-yard line. I don't know what you're doing on that. Yeah, the Colts game, that would have been a great comeback. To the top, to the bottom. Could have saved our season. Bradley looks, hitch route dropped. Incomplete. Can't blame him on that one. And that is C.J. Williams, who cannot corral that in. Maybe a bit too high on the throw, but you got to come down with that. The NFL level, you got to come down with that. Jaguars have looked lifeless on offense so far. And C.J. Williams just had a pretty decent game so far before that drop. Yeah, no, that's right in his hands. He's got to make the grab. Maybe a bit too high for being picky, but again, that's one you got to come down with. One that you got to come down with if you're Williams. Remember, he and Josh County figure there's room for one of them to make the team and one on the practice squad. Trips to the top, one of the bottom. Back to his left here is Taylor. 3rd and 14. There was some movement. Who jumped first? I think it's going to be a false start. It's a 3rd one on the Jaguars today. Garrett Nelson forces the false start. They're going to get that one on Obadegwu. Maybe try a free kick. Yeah, from 80 yards out. Fact on that one, Keller. Fact. Yeah, that was a bust. Yeah, Ricky Williams make the kick. Yeah, well, trading away all your picks for a running back made no sense. Yeah, I'm a football collector. Yep, jersey. I collect jerseys, footballs now, helmets, baseballs. They'll send 4. Bradley looks. Deep shot down the right side of the field. And that's intercepted at the 40-yard line. Underthrown ball. Picked off. Going down the left side to the 35. And out of bounds to the 31-yard line is Jaden Price. 2nd pick today for the Saints. And the Jaguars have a quarterback problem. Oh, my God. Oh, boy. They're going to start in plus territory at the 31-yard line. I'm not sure where Bradley was looking on that one on the right side of the field. But Jaden Price gets the pick. Jumps the route. Yeah, honest jersey I own, probably Tank Bigsby Jaguars. Or John Fuqua. John Fuqua Steelers. Was looking on a comeback route on the right side, but that was in triple coverage. Was looking on a comeback route for Williams. It would have been short of the sticks anyways, because it's a comeback route, so the receiver's not going to have space to go. His momentum's not carrying past the line of scrimmage or the line to gain. It's a bad decision either way. You're not going to advance the line, but to throw into triple coverage makes it even worse. Oh, Brian Dawkins jersey. Oh, nice. Play action here for Zach Wilson, both the 29-yard line. Fires on the run on the right side. Wide open, caught. And did he get into the end zone? I think he did. Touchdown, Saints. It's Bum Means on the right side, and the Saints score on one play. Zach Wilson on the run, going on the right side of the field. He's good on the run. It's one of his strengths coming out of college at a BYU, and wide open there is Bum Means on the corner route. And the Saints up by 2 scores. Look at you now. Yeah, he's classic. It's a classic. Yeah, the Jags quarterback is playing as well. I expect Al Collins Shane today. Yep. You know, we got to get a backup. Do contends? They lost their quarterback, so I'm going to say no. Cody Kessler's backup. Oh, we tried that in 2018. It did not work out. Cody Kessler was really bad for us. Oh, my God. You know, our quarterbacks are bad. Our backup quarterbacks. Basically, I have to hope and pray Trevor Lawrence can stay healthy. They're going to review this touchdown. He might have been out the 1-yard line. Clearly both feet in. That's not the issue. Worst case is that Saints ball at the 1-yard line. I'm not sure he stretched the ball over. He did step out of bounds. He kicked the pylon. I'm not sure he stretched it over. He might be out on the 1. This might not be 6. They will review it. Either way, it is minimum a 28-yard catch. A good throw by Zach Wilson. A good catch by Bub Means. Only question was he over the goal line? He did kick the pylon down, and his foot was out of bounds. I don't think he crossed. Whole JD5 and LSU situation? Oh, it's a joke. He has no claim on the number. I don't think this is Daniels doing. I think this is his mom. His mom controls everything. Look, I have friends who worked in the athletic department. One of my best friends in law school worked in the athletic department at ASU when Jane Daniels was there. The horror stories of Jane Daniels and his mom and the control that his mom wanted over the program and everything. This is entirely his mom's doing. Entirely. His mom is a psycho. You know, Nathan Rourke, yeah, I miss him. I do miss him as a backup quarterback. He was fun. That touchdown against Dallas was great. Yeah, maybe, yeah, this point over, and I'll try Joey Aguilar. Why not? You know, anytime backup goes Aggie, we're in trouble. Yeah, who cares for the review? I'm with you. For preseason, I'm with you on that one. Yeah, exactly. Golden Steel, yep. It's going to be close to a touchdown again. For preseason, I just give it to him. Just give it to him. I think he was out the 1, but again, just give it to him. It's preseason. They are going to reverse the call. First and goal at the 1-yard line. So Means stepped out at the 1. Couldn't keep his feet in. But it will be goal-to-go situation. Yeah, I think it was the Lions. Yeah, it was the Lions. Your mom knows worse as well. Yep. Jags looking terrible? I mean, the quarterbacks are looking terrible. A lot of these guys are not making the team. Let's just call for what it is. We rested a lot of our guys, even backups, because we had joint practices. So that's usually what you do. So a lot of these guys, maybe 5 of these guys make the team. 5 of the guys playing today, not counting specialists, make the team. In the gun here, Wilson, back to his right. They'll take the snap. Play action, fires in the flat on the right side. Caught. And did he fumble the ball before he went in the goal line? He did not. Touchdown, Osterdelp. The Georgia tight end makes the grab, and now the Saints are on the board. You know, trade for Trubisky or just someone. Yeah, we need help at quarterback. You know, his mom's really killing his legacy. Yep. So touchdown, Saints. Osterdelp. The Georgia tight end open in the flat. Rather than that, it's great. Yep. Well, again, none of these guys are making the team, but did he lose control before he stretched over? Rayon Lane, they might take a look at this one. Delp makes the grab. No, he's in. Yeah, he has control. He has control before he lost it. He's in. Ravens on attack? Yes, they will. Yep. Extra point right down the middle, 17-6. Again, there are certain things I'm concerned about. I'm not concerned about losing. There are certain things I am concerned about. The rookies are playing well. The backup quarterback situation is a nightmare. A dog is injury. The offensive line just brutal with the injuries and whatnot. Burdell available at this rate? Man, wouldn't mind. 3:02 to go, 17-6. Like, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the Jaguars after this game. I'm not worried. I am worried about quarterback. But as a team, I'm not, like, the running back situation, too. Like, Jamari Taylor, DJ Dallas, they're not making the team. They're not making it. Like, we only carry 3 running backs as it is on the active 48 or 46 man roster or whatnot. We only carry 3 active. 2 in Rodriguez, Allen. So none of them are playing. I'm not like, how am I liking it? I mean, it's not great, but you're probably right, Rob, on that one. You know, we have 2-minute warning. Yep, we do. Right now, if Trevor gets hurt, then we're going 0-17. Trevor gets hurt, we're screwed. Okay, can't be much more sports talk. I think it is fair to panic about the quarterback situation. I don't think that's an over-exaggeration. To panic about backup quarterback. I think, because Mullins is not at a good camp. Mullins is like noodle arm in camp. Like, Mullins cannot be the guy. Kickoff, field at the 7-yard line, taken to the 10, 15, 20. 25-30, runs into his own guy, and brought down at the 30-yard line goes Brayboy. So the Jags will start at the 30-yard line. Really have not had any good drives today. They have 2 field goals, but they both came on drives that started in field goal range. They've not had multiple first downs on a drive since the opening drive, and that one ended in an interception. Oh well, offensive line. Again, it's not really our starters out there. Maybe depth. Maybe you can say offensive line depth, but Predon's hurt, so Predon's not playing. Colby Land's not playing. He's hurt. Macari's hurt. So, not like super worried about that. But one of the top 2 of them I'm back to is right here is Taylor. I want to see Aguilar play. Yeah, running back. I think Tune's going to be good. I do think Tune's going to play. They're going to send 4. And Rodriguez played under Cohen at Kentucky, so he knows the system. Travel makes a grab on the hitch route now. Good run by Travel to the 35-40. Now to bounce to the right side of the field, the 43-yard line. Good vision there by Travel, bouncing to the right side. Brian Sexton, no, he's not a good play-by-play man. For radio, he's not terrible, but for play-by-play on broadcast, no. Him and Bucky Brooks, I mean, the Jaguars broadcast is probably a bottom 3 broadcast for preseason. It's not great. No, score does not matter. No. Draft Drew Aller. No, I was never crazy about Aller. I was never crazy about him. Yeah, there you go, somebody. Just you choked that? Yep. Take another preseason weekend egg, another regular season game? Yeah, I'm fine with 2. 2 preseason games I'm fine with. Anything less? No. I'm fine with 18-2. They'll send 4. Bradley, clean pocket. Second read not there. He's going to take the sack. Went through his reads too long. Pocket was clean. Went through his reads too long. And the sack of the play. It's by the Saints number 63, Michael Hellman. What game was the turning point for Trevor? I would say the Raider game. I would say definitely the Raider game. So 2nd and 15, going to the 2-minute warning here at the 38-yard line. Yeah, the Raider game bouncing back in that one was good. Even I'd say the Cardinal game, because he made some really boneheaded mistakes against the Cardinals, but he also made some insane throws. Jacksonville plays ever good? You're not wrong on that one. Well, if Fowler's the guy, then I think a lot of people are going to be eating crow, myself included on that. Myself included, if he's... Yeah, no, Bucky mutters too much. Bucky, everything is like he talks over everything and he just stutters too much. Yeah, no, Bucky sucks as color commentator. Bucky sucks. No, the Jaguars broadcast booth is, and the production quality is just really bad. It's definitely a bottom 3. Cowboys are bad too. Players need to get extra buy. Yeah, it would be a 20-week season. And it's more money too. More money. They would take that in a heartbeat. It'd be 2 bye weeks. Right, then how could he do that? Yeah. Well, that wasn't Sexton. That was a Saints guy. That wasn't Sexton. Well, they'll go 0-17 if Trevor's hurt. If Trevor's hurt, they're going 0-17. Just tell you that much. They're going 0-17 if Trevor gets hurt. The question warning continues. Yep. Yeah, no, exactly. Sports talk. Yep. Like Booger is a great example. Great in the studio, terrible in the booth. Down cricket is preseason Broncos games. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. You know, Trevor gets hurt. It's gonna be like the Gabber years. Right, it was from the other team. Yep, the best one was from the other team. Did I watch the Saints snow game? Well, I was only 6 years old at that point. I was not a fan at that point. So I did not watch that one live. Obviously, I've watched the replays of it. I've seen that play many times, but I was 6 years old for that. So no, I was not a fan of. I did not follow football back then. Do you know they have Joey? Hopefully play second half because I'm done with Carter Bradley. I'm done with Car Bradley. I want to see Aguilar. Thoughts on Dolphins? Yeah, Malik Willis look fine. Malik Willis looks sharp. Hanging off on bare back with this. People need to be fired. All these guys suck. Well, Trent Baalke put us in a hole with the cap. You have to remember, too, we're not playing a lot of guys. Like, even our backups. We're not playing our backups. Like, there are, like, quarterback, obviously, Nick Mullen's backup, but, like, anyone that's even remotely close to a backup that is guaranteed to make the team is not playing right now. Like, we have a lot of guys that are out. Whether or not start Labor Day weekend, ratings would not be good. They tried it. Ratings are not good because people are spending their Sundays at the beach and away, so it's a little bit different there. Right? No one in Jacksonville saw that game. Nope. You know, Aguilar, yeah, the Jaguars got him. You know, the Jaguars had a lot of issues with blackouts back then. That was before they put the tarps on. What do they do without Taysom Hill? I don't think anything changes. I don't think anything really changes. I mean, Hill was just a package play kind of guy. Yeah, the Gus Bradley curse. You're not kidding on that one. You're not kidding there. I just want to be done with the Bradley lineage. Any of the Gus Bradley family lineage, just be done with it. Get that stench out. So 2nd and 15 for the Jaguars. Both teams, all their timeouts remaining. And Jaguars going right to left. Yeah, they might do it during an 18-game season, but I'm not sure they want to infringe on college football, necessarily. It feels like they played 5 years ago. Yeah, it does feel like forever ago. Like, very different mindset. One of the top, 2 of the bottom. In the gun here is Bradley. Taking the snap. They'll call a run up the middle. Breaks the tackle is Taylor. Taylor to the 45 and brought down the 46. We'll see if the Saints call a timeout. Probably should. Try and get the ball back here. 3rd and long. Do get the yardage back from the sack. You know, Lions and the Browns went 4-0 and then winless in the regular season. Saints are not calling a timeout. Again, they got 3 remaining. I would say during a game, take your timeout. But, again, preseason, not a big deal. 3rd and 8, the 46-yard line for the Jaguars going right to left. One at the top of the screen, 2 of the bottom. Back to his left here is Taylor. It's been Taylor and Dallas in the backfield today for the Jaguars. In the gun. Bradley takes another run up the middle. It goes for Taylor. I don't know what that call is on 3rd and 8. Down at the 45-yard line. They'll get nothing on the play. And now, Kellen Moore will take his first timeout. So they run on 3rd and 8. I'm not sure what that was. Yeah, Mertz out for the season. Yep. No, not Davis Mills. No, that's no. Mills is not out for the season. It's Mertz who's out for the season. Yeah, Davis Mills, he can still hurt us. Yeah, it's gonna be a new offense. Taysom Hill. Yeah, it's not crazy. Yeah, the O-line rims are pretty bad. You know, Texans still have a chance of the starting quarterback got hurt. Oh yeah, because the defense is so good. The defense, they just need to play competent. On offense, they just need to be competent. You only need to score like 17 points on offense. You see like 3 drives on offense. And the defense will do the rest. Aguilar plays second half? I hope so. God, I hope so. I mean, it shows how little faith they have in Bradley if they ran on 3rd and 8. So punt here for Cook. His 3rd punt of the half. Punt at the 45-yard line. Yeah, they need a new third stringer. Yes, they do. Punt here by Cook. He gets this one away. It's a good punt. Angle to the 8-yard line and a flag on the return. So the Saints will be pinned pretty deep. This return is not going to matter as he tries to reverse field from right to left. Back to the 22-yard line on the return. Goes Trey Palmer, but this one's coming back. A great punt by Logan Cook to the 8-yard line. They count the penalty. 47-yard punt. Can't do much better than that. The Saints ball at the 4-yard line. Mills from the job? No, it's not a competition. It's not a competition. Stroud's the guy. Holding on the Saints through right away. You wonder if the Saints will try anything here. Back to their own end zone at the 4-yard line. You wonder if they're going to try something here. If Aguilar doesn't play second half, I can't watch this. No, it would be a waste. It would be an absolute waste if Aguilar doesn't play second half. I just want to see something. I want to see something. You know, that Pats game was bad. Yeah, every drive was a pick. It was so funny. That first half, I was laughing my butt off. Yeah, it's making a break for Stroud. Absolutely. So you have 3 straight down years. It's it. Especially because the 5th-year option's coming up and the extension's coming up and all that. They are in the gun to start. 1 of the top, 2 of the bottom. Saints going left to right. Snap at the 5-yard line. They'll send 4. Wilson in his own end zone. Fires drag route. Caught at the 9-yard line. Breaks a tackle. Can he get out of bounds? He can. Gain of 6. Good yards after the catch there for Bum Means to have that 26-yard grab on the last drive. Brings up 2nd and 4. All good, Anthony. Rams 6 had 6 in that one. All right, Rams Chiefs had 6. Rams 6 up this year. Next year, he's gone. Next year, Stroud's gone at that point. So 2nd and 4th, the 11, they get some breathing room. Stragons bench, I'm going to see fiction on that. Should have drafted one this year. Well, they drafted Mertz last year, so they wouldn't have any room. 2 at the top, 1 on the bottom, back to his left. Wilson takes a Velson 4, goes hitch route incomplete. Down the right side, looking for Oscar Delp. Ballantyne on the coverage, just completely missed the target. Because Delp was open. 3rd and 4th, the Jags going to stop. If the Jags going to stop, things get interesting. I will put it this way. If the Jaguars get a stop, and they call a timeout, they get it back with about 40 seconds, probably starting near midfield. The offense can't move the ball. That means you could be an end-of-the-half field goal, Cam Little, 65-yard situation. If you get a stop here, you might be on Cam Little record watch. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Back to his left. Wilson in the gun takes a Velson 4. Wilson looking pocket collapse as far as down the right side of the field. Open, caught at the 35 to the 40, and down at the 45-yard line out of bounds. Bum Means having a good game. 3rd grab for him in the corner. 1-on-1 coverage there with Ballantyne down the right side of the field. But Aguilar 2nd half, they should. I think they will. 1-on-1, just breaking the press coverage. And the Saints have it near midfield. Right around the 49-yard line. So much for what I said. Ballantyne sucks. But again, he's another guy. He's not going to play. Ballantyne is not going to play. Yeah, 23 Stroud and 25 Texans D is one of the greatest teams of all time. A couple seconds at Saints broadcast. Preseason broadcasts, some teams have no standards. Some teams, the standards are so low. Like the Jets broadcasts are good, but then there are some teams that are not. Calling a blitz, 6-man blitz. They send a safety blitz, hitch route, middle of the field. Delp makes the grab of the middle of the field, brought down on the play. In plus territory at the 47-yard line. Husky on the stop. The Saints will burn their 2nd timeout with 39 seconds. What's the game that people might expect to be a blow, but I think it's going to be fun? Ooh. I think for that, I could see Cardinals-Niners. I could see Cardinals-Niners, potentially. No Kim Will watch. Nope. Unless you force a turnover here. So much for that. Yeah, Joe Aguilar, hopefully he comes 2nd half. I want to see him. Believe me, I want to see him, Tennessee Tater. I want to see him. I feel like that one sports talk. It's so hard to do. It's so hard. Eagles are good. Yeah, Northeast broadcasts are pretty good. Too early for beer? 5 o'clock somewhere. The Northeast teams usually do pretty well. Eagles, Jets, Giants, the Northeast corridor teams do pretty well. Trips to the top, 1 of them back to his right there, 4 wide here. On a drive that start at the 5-yard line, 2nd and 5. Wilson takes it. They're going to send 5. Wilson looks down the right side of the field. Caught, Means at the 20-yard line, out of bounds of the 16. Excuse me, that is actually Barry and Brown on the grab, and they're in the red zone. Just 1-on-1 coverage on the right side of the field. Right, 91 Eagles, they wasted it. Yeah, the 91 Eagles, yeah, that team was darn good, and then obviously Cunningham got hurt. College? Oh, I don't know about college. I don't know what college on that one. Every Florida-Georgia game is pretty fun. Florida-Georgia could be. Well, that's a hot take. I don't think Phillies miss. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. I would love if they did, though, as a D-backs fan. Back to his right here in the gun is Wilson. Takes a snap. They're going to send 4. Wilson looks pressure. Has to escape the sack. He does on the drag route to the left side. It's caught by Brown. And Brown down the 12-yard line. They should burn their final timeout here, and they will with 26 seconds. The Chiefs were not a great team in 20. They overplayed the record. They actually don't call timeout. They are not calling timeout. They're going to let it run. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Wilson takes it. They're going to send 6. Wilson looks hitch route incomplete. Looking over the middle of the field for Ronnie Bell. Interesting decision there to not take the timeout. I would have done that if I was more. I feel like that would be a dumb decision in a real game, but... Yeah, 4:30 of her? Yeah, not bad. Wait, 25 is what 24 should have been, yeah. So 3rd and 3. I think the Dolphins win more than 2. A huge train Philly. There you go, Joe. There you go. 3rd and 3, 8 seconds to go. Have time for 1 play. But a good drive for the Saints nonetheless. Zach Wilson operating the 2-minute drill pretty well. You wonder if this will be it for Wilson, and they'll let Hunter Deckers go the rest of the way. Which you hate the most of the Jaguars fan? Texans. Easily Texans. It didn't used to be like that, but then after Al Shire and everything... And now Moore's calling a timeout. So if this is a sack in the middle of the field, that's it. Kellen Moore doesn't like what he sees, and he takes a timeout. So If this is middle of the field, that's going to be the end of the half. Have against the Phillies? Me? No, they're just in the wild card hunt. That's all. The Phillies don't make it. It probably means that we did. I have nothing against the Phillies. I have nothing against them. You know, I hate the Texans the most. Ever since Al Shire, I hate the Texans the most. Yeah, exactly. One-score game's pretty random. No, the Phillies are like directly competing with us for a wild card spot. Like if we were winning the division right now, like if we were locked to make the playoffs, or if we were like the Giants or the Rockies right now, I wouldn't have anything against the Phillies making the playoffs. They're just competing directly with us. One of the top, three of the bottom. Now empty backfield here, 5 wide, as they send C.J. Donaldson out wide as the running back on the left side. 3rd and 2, Wilson takes it, they'll send 4. Wilson looks, slam pass, incomplete. Looking in the end zone on the deep post pattern. Coverage on the play there by Rayon Lane. It's had a pretty good game so far. Saints will have to settle for 3, but a good drive. Yeah, good QB play. There you go. Jets only win 2? I can see it. I mean, their quarterback situation is the best. How's it going, Evan? Anything sing out so far? Yeah, the Jaguars suck at backup quarterback. Yeah, you and me both had that one, yep. Steve took the same guy as Lawrence picked up the flag? No, it wasn't that. No, because that was 6 yards. I know the hit you're talking about. That was very different. That was very different. He didn't give himself up by that point. Padres, yeah, I mean, they're playing out of their minds right now. What are they, 19-6, last 25? Field goal try here, 29 yards, and that is not the prettiest kick, but it is good nonetheless, and that takes us to the end of the half. Jaguars get the ball to start the second half. 20-6 your score at the halftime break. Jaguars ball when we get back here, down in New Orleans, and what's been a rough game for the Jaguars offensively. I agree with you on that one, Reef Shark. I agree with you there. Trevor Lawrence, that was not that. That was 6 yards of separation. Yeah, Rare's second so far is winning the hate watch call. Yeah. How many games did D-backs win AL West by this year? I would say 3. I would say if they were in the AL West, I'd say 3. There's a reason they're third stringers. Yep. I pray no starters get hurt. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking at this point. That is what I'm thinking at this point with this team. We have over 15,000 total views this stream. You guys have been awesome. Appreciate you guys a ton for being here. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. We're going to be live for the Cowboys-Seahawks game later tonight. But a pull-up who wins this one. I should note again, this one brought to you by Prize Picks. Use my code HMA, play 5. Get 150 in bonus slams if your first $5 lineup wins. Here's who I'm playing today. Zach Neto, Tim Tawo, who's been very hot for the D-backs as of late, and Matt Olson to each get a hit. 20 to win 65 if you play like that. And use the code HMA, available in most states. No, it wasn't 1 yard. 1 yard, they don't give it. No, it was 6 yards. You know, I do Jags preseason. Just because I can't listen to the broadcast teams because they're so bad. The Bull Incarnation say no, that's good. Therefore, 17 Saints final score. You think the Jags score 11 points? 11 more points? The way we're playing offensively? Seahawks game, is that NFL Network? I think it might be NFL Plot. No, it's NFL Network. Cowboys are actually NFL Network. So you can actually do that NFL Network. You know, find the play again. It was 6 yards. I had the screenshot of it too. You have to have brought to you by Waback. Yep. Huskies made some good stops. Huskies been better than I thought. Huskies playing well. Huskies playing well. All right, Cujo wanted me to do NEOT tonight after the Cowboys game, not after this game. Cujo wanted me to do a resim with his donation, so we're going to do that, of the 2012-13 playoffs. So we're going to do that. We're going to do a resim of that really quickly. While we have this halftime break here, again, appreciate you guys being here. Start on the AFC side. Do a quick resim for Cujo. And appreciate you guys for being here. If you like what we see, again, hit that like button, subscribe. It really does go a long way. Helps a ton here as we try to grow this community even more. New video should be dropping tomorrow on the 92 Pats. It will come out tomorrow. And we'll have a new GG8 coming out either Sunday or Monday as well. Something from 96 Temple. Jags have looked good, bad so far. Bad quarterbacks. Carter Bradley and Nick Mullins have looked bad. I would say interior of the offensive lines look bad. Looking good. I think CJ Williams and Josh Cameron are playing pretty well at wide receiver. I would also say Wesley Williams has had some moments. Strigow was played out of his mind. Strigow was played completely out of his mind right now. Strigow was played incredible. And I would also say Rayon Lane's made some nice plays. Rayon Lane's made some very nice plays in coverage. Huskies played well as well. The rookies have played well. The rookies have played pretty well. Okay, Ravens win that resim. Yeah, the rookies, I'm impressed with the draft picks so far. on the defensive side. I'm impressed with our rookie draft picks. And then this one, Texans win. So no changes there. Patriots. Yeah, that was a fun one, Roll Tide. That was fun. Texans win that one, okay. Biggest winner, loser for the Jags. Biggest loser is Mullins. Biggest winner, I would say, is Stringout. Stringout is the biggest winner. Mullins is the biggest loser. So Texans win that one. We go Broncos, Ravens, and this. See, we're at halftime right now. Nice example, no, not Paul Palmer. Nope, not Paul Palmer. So weird story there. Broncos win that one, so it's completely different at AFC Championship. Broncos, Texans. You hear the rookies do well? Yeah, that's all you want to get. Although our backup quarterback situation is bad. The Broncos go to the Super Bowl in that one. Yeah, Lil looks good. I mean, he's made 2 easy kicks by his standards, but special teams has been all right. Special teams has been all right today. Cook's had some nice punts. Gotta put Joe and make it accurate on this. Who will win? Saints. Saints will win. I don't trust us to move the ball down the field. I don't trust us at all to move it down the field. Packers win that one. We're at halftime right now. By the time we start going, no. I can show the exact screenshot if you want. I can show the exact screenshot. Because it was 6 whole yards. Washington wins that one. We'll disagree on that one because it was a whole 6 yards. Like I remember that play vividly. I took the screenshot too. The 92 Pats, yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. The 92 Pats is a fun one. Oh wait, I have the wrong home and away on that one. Washington still wins that one. Washington, 92. The only reason it's not as bad was because 1990 exists. Other than that, I mean, that team was a dumpster fire. It's a really funny story. The 92 Pats, there's a really funny story on them. Really, really funny story. Washington against Denver in the Super Bowl. Okay. Washington against Denver. Did not expect this. Broncos are the one to blow Beth. Let me see if I can pull up the screenshot. Okay, let me pull up the screenshot. Yeah, Crab still 7. Yep. Well, I think the 16 Browns were bad. 16 Browns were bad. Hang on. Let's see what I can find. Hang on. So I do remember posting it on Twitter. Hang on. Give me a second here. I do want to find it. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. This is where he's starting the slide. He starts at the 47-yard line. Alshira's at the 41. This is where he's starting the slide. Like, there's no... Like, he starts going down here. How's it going, Joe? Appreciate you, man. Oh, no, 16 was worse than 17. 17's defense was not terrible. 17's defense was not terrible. He's going down here. This is where he's going down. Well, the Bears have a playoff says the 17 existed. Well, Lovie Smith doesn't lose his job at that point. Like, this is a whole 6 yards. Like, I don't know what more you want on that one. He's not even going to him at that point. No, he's not even going to him at that point. He's right. No, he's sliding. This is a slide. This is where he starts sliding. This is where his slide starts. Twenty to 6 of the halftime break. I'm pretty sure you guys are being here. If you like, we see the like button, subscribe. Right now, Shire, he also has a history too with the Bears with a punch on that one. Yeah. There's a history with that as well. And I saw it too, but agree to disagree on that one. Agree to disagree. Either way, let's start the second half in about 5 minutes. We will be live for the Cowboys game later tonight. That one is on NFL Network as well. But they're going to play the defending champion Seahawks in their first preseason game of the year. Halftime stats for you. Carter Bradley, 3 for 8 with 36 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick. Nick Mullins, 3 for 7, 33 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick. Jaguars averaging about 2 yards a carry on the ground, 13 carries, 29 yards. Saints averaging under 4 yards a carry. How did 16 win a game, but 17 didn't? Because special teams of the Chargers. That was why. No, exactly right, Tech. Yep, they abused the rule, but that was not one of those cases. How about was Hugh Jackson with the Browns? Really bad. Like, when you go 1-31, it's bad. You know, right, it was a distance between the office and the bedroom. Like, that was not an accident at that point. Like, I don't know what more Trevor could have done. It was 6 yards. 6 whole yards from where he started the slide. Zach Wilson, 7 for 12, 112 yards and a touchdown. Spencer Rattler, 8 for 11, 42 yards. Yeah, sounds weird every time I hear it. Yep, sounds weird, too. Bum means 4 catches, 77 yards. No, I'm not going to do that. Bum means 4 catches, 77 yards. He leads the way for the Saints. Varian Brown as well, the rookie, 4 catches, 53 yards. The Jags quarterback situation, they've combined for a passer rating of 15, which you know the drill on that one. Carter Bradley's rating 12.5, Nick Mullins' rating 17.9. Jaguars have done nothing on the ground. They're averaging about 2 yards a carry. And a good game for the Saints. Ty Chandler started off with an 86-yard kickoff return. Right, no, exactly. He has a history of this. He has a big-time history of this. 20-6 your halftime score. About 3 minutes till we start. Jaguars get the ball to start the half. Remember, the last time these teams met in the preseason ended in a tie. You know, Bradley, yeah, Ballantyne needs to go. Ballantyne sucks. Ballantyne sucks. Right, the response to. And then Doug Pearson didn't defend his team either, which was just awful. Jacksonville Stars, no, they're not. No, they're not. Right, Cam's got a contract extension, yeah. These guys are not going to be... These guys are not going to be on the team. No, he's done some stuff. He's been fine a few times. All good going. Still appreciate you, man. All good. All good on that one. Jackson back and win? I don't see it. You rely on the Make-A-Wish kids to play for us, pretty much. I mean, we're not playing any of the starters. Did all the tours the Sports South Panthers got beat yesterday? Or got beat today? No. I would say no on that one. Which game do you want to get you on the call for it? I would say no on that. Because again, I have the expectation with this team that, like, these are guys that are not making the team. These guys are not making it. Yeah, I can show the play, Reef Shark. I can show that one. I just have to find it on YouTube. I can show that one. I'll give you consistency if you want. I'll give you that. Get back on our way here in just a little bit. Down in New Orleans. Jaguars get to start. Hunter Deckers has a helmet on, so you wonder if he's going to go in for the Saints. And Zach Wilson's day could be done. Give me Mendoza. All right, get you Mendoza. Appreciate you, Dan. You guys came in hot today. Appreciate you guys. You bring Minshew, yeah. He want to be a bad backup option. If the Cardinals want to go Carson Beck, I would not hate trying to trade Minshew. Trade for Minshew. I would not hate that. No, he's not worse than this. I know he's not worse than this. So let's get the second half underway. I wonder who's going to be a quarterback. Hopefully it's Aguilar. Kickoff here fielded at the 1 yard line, taken out by the Jaguars, and here we go. Jaguars going left to right. Kickoff return, that's brutal. To the 22 yard line. Nothing doing on that one. Brought down on the play by Michael Hellman. Michael Wortham on the return. Taking over the number 0 jersey from Lloyd, who obviously is now on the Panthers after a great season last year. That can't be worse than this. So first half of the Jags at the 22-yard line. Again, nothing doing offensively for the Jaguars in the first half. 6 points. And they came on drives that started in field goal range. Well, they got a grand total of 0 first downs on drives that started in field goal range. So it was that kind of day. That kind of half. But we'll see if the offense can improve at all. For my sake, they better. Jaguars going left to right. Saints right to left here. Again, every donation counts as triple toward you make the call. Help me decide which game we are doing. One at the top of the screen, one at the bottom, in the gun, takes the snap, and it is still Carter Bradley. Out route to the right side, caught by the tight end to the 30-yard line. And that is Trevor Pena, actually. That's not the tight end. It's actually the wide receiver, the Penn State wideout. Trevor Pena, one of the better undrafted free agents on paper the Jaguars signed. He gets snot on that out route to the right side of the field. Trevor Pena, his first scram of the day. 2nd and 1. Pena last season with the Nittany Lions. 49 catches, 552 yards. He was with Syracuse before that. And at Cuse, he had 84 receptions in 2024, which was the most in the ACC. You know, Walker's going to be a monster, I think so. Play action, roll down the flat. Bradley going to take off and run. Why would you throw it on the run? He gets the first with a sidearm throw to the 42-yard line. Just take the first down on that one, but Brayboy does make the grab on the right side of the field, so Bradley keeps his eyes down the field. Gets the first. So he rolls out of the pocket, though. How's it going, Isaac? Appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you being here. Oh, no, it ain't gonna hurt. No. Nick's a Pats fan also. Nick's a Pats fan as well. Ball at the 43-yard line. How's the game going? We need a backup quarterback pretty badly. Our backup is a mess. But the rookies are playing well. I think the rookies are actually doing a pretty good job. One at the top, one at the bottom, under center. Here's slow motion of the tight end, Hunter Long. Hand off up the middle of the field to the 45. And down at the 50 goes Jamari Taylor. A gain of 7. Why is Bradley playing? That is a great question. Yeah, remember, Nick is a Pats fan, so. It depends on the situation, yeah. 2nd and 3 at midfield. How's it going, Christian? Appreciate you, man. 2nd and 3, ball at the 50-yard line. They're going left to right. Good start to the drive for the Jaguars. 2 at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. Bradley under center. Saints have 6 in the box. Bradley with Taylor in the backfield. Now going to call an audible. He's going to go out of the gun instead. Back to his right is Taylor. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. 3 on the play clock. Got to get this off. They do. They'll send 4. Free rush. Out route right side. Call the 38-yard line. And a gain of 12 and a first down. Not crazy about that audible, because it left a free rusher on the left side. Bradley got rid of it just in the nick of time and finds Brayboy on the out route on the right side for a first down. You know, Adams, yeah, likely out for the year now. That's brutal. How's it going, Detroit? Yep. Yeah, the Jags, I mean, they're playing the backups. The Jags, I'm worried about the backup quarterback situation, but I'm not too worried about anything else. I'm really not too worried about anything else. Yeah, that's good, Dexy. 2 on the top of the screen, 1 on the bottom, under center. Here is Bradley, is there at the 38-yard line. Motion the receiver over. They're going to motion Pena. Hand up at the middle of the field. Goes to Taylor. And Taylor brought down the 36-yard line. Gain of 2. Nothing doing on that one. Brought down on the play. I got the bot. A 36-yard line. The rookies look pretty good. Jalen Husky's made some good plays. Wesley Williams made a good play. Like, the rookies we drafted, Cameron and Williams have done some stuff as well. Rookies don't look bad. 2nd and 8. Handoff out of the gun. Taylor up the middle to the 30. Taylor, good run to the 25. Holds on to the ball. Down to the 23-yard line. Longest run for the Jaguars today, brought down by Dallas Beanham. But a gain of about 13 on first. Yeah, Nick Mullins is back up. He has been brutal. Nick Mullins has been brutal. He has been as bad as I expected. And he's in a crap camp, too. He's got a noodle arm. He just has no zip on any of his throws. Right, Rams and Chiefs still tied. That started at the same time. That's 4 minutes ago. We have 11 minutes to go on this one. Ball at the 23-yard line. Best drive for the Jaguars today. They're just outside the red zone here. 2 at the top of the screen. Now they'll have trips to the top of the screen. Motion the tight end over to the left side and Quinn Morris. Stretch play to the left side. It goes for Taylor. Taylor to the 15 and trucks his way ahead to the 13-yard line. So Jamari Taylor with some good runs on this drive. I don't know if they'll give him the first or if he's going to be a yard shy. It will be enough for the first. So the Jags are in the red zone. They will give him 10 on the dot. And Taylor gets a breather after a pretty good drive. Jamari Taylor. So that's some nice runs today. The Virginia back. He's actually had some pretty nice runs. He doesn't go down backwards. I will say with Taylor, he's a bit of a bulldozer. He does not go down backwards. Wouldn't mind him on the practice squad. Would not mind him on the practice squad. He falls forward. Had over 1,000 yards rushing with UVA last season. Now they're going to call jet sweep to the right side. It goes for Pena. Pena to the 10. And Pena down at the 5-yard line on the jet sweep on the right side of the field. 2nd and 2. Top 13. Yeah, that's not too crazy. That's bang average. Middle of the road. So Pena gets A on the jet sweep. They called it out with De'Ami Brown last year. They love calling that jet sweep. And a good block there for the Jaguars by Ricky Lee. Kyler looked good at his low drive. McCarthy is still McCarthy. Yeah, McCarthy did not look. He looked rattled today. 2nd and 2. 2 at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. They're doing the 3rd down graphic thing, but it's 2nd down. Handoff in the gun. It goes for DJ Dallas. He's going to muscle his way for the first down to the 2-yard line. So goal to go spot. Oh, no way, Joe. That's insane. Yeah, Chiefs rank him at 6'9". Nice. So good run there by Dallas out of the gun. DJ Dallas played for the Jaguars last year, mainly in kickoff return duties. But goal to go at the 2. Can the Jaguars punch it in? It's a good drive, 6 minutes off the clock. And now Dallas comes out. I'm assuming he's going to make way for Taylor here. But goal to go. Under center here is Bradley. Receiver on the left side. At the top is Brayboy. Pena on the right side. Motion Quinn Morris over. Goal to go. Play action. Bradley looks. Second read. Back of the end zone. Wide open. Caught. Touchdown. Hunter Long. Aguilar's not in. No, he's not in. Hunter Long makes himself open on the play action. Bradley bought enough time. Just backpedaled long enough to free up Long. And Long on that crosser to the left side of the field. Touchdown, Jaguars. I didn't get a chance to listen to it, Joe. I didn't get a chance to listen to it. Watson looked better today. But Hunter Long wide open. No one in the same area code as him. And the Jaguars with an opening drive touchdown this half. They will go for 2. The Jaguars will go for 2. So leave the offense out there. Going left to right here. It's Hunter Long, the veteran tight end acquired last year by the Jaguars in free agency. Fighting for a roster spot. Wasn't the cleanest grab. He did bobble that a little bit. But he was wide open. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. In the gun here is Bradley. They're going to motion Pena over. They're going to call a run out of the shotgun, and he will be in for 2. So the Jaguars now trail by just 6. Good run there out of the gun. And it is Taylor, who had a very good drive there. So Jaguars cut it to a 6-point game. Saints ball, when we get back, you wonder if it is going to be Zach Wilson out there or Hunter Deckers. Favorite pop or soda? I'm not a soda guy. I don't really drink soda. You want to go for a preseason? Yeah, why not? Taylor can play. I like this Taylor kid. I like Jamari Taylor. The tackles, yeah, that's not great. That's not great. Exactly. Yeah, why'd you not play the backup quarterbacks preseason? Yeah. Well, you want to play some starters just to get their feet wet. You don't want them to have their first contact in the regular season. But, you play the backups. Oh, pretty big mistake on the scoreboard. Oh, boy. Well, Saints had a 3rd down graphic up when it was 2nd down. So Jaguars get the 2. I like this Taylor kid. I think this Taylor kid's a bit of a bulldozer. He does not go down easily. He does not go down easily. You know, that's, yeah. Although Watson, that's a little bit different with Watson, because he did some stuff. Watson's a little bit different. He's like the one exception to the rule. He's like the one exception. Yeah, that's good, Detroit, yeah. Yeah, I don't think Packers make it to the Super Bowl this year. Jordan Love makes too many mistakes. Yeah, Jamari Taylor can play. Jamari Taylor can legit play. He does not go down easily. He does not go down first contact. They basically use a 22-25 score bug. They always point to their own end zone. Oh, boy, yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. You punt a lot today, which makes sense, yeah. You got to find the right guy after losing Ryan right in free agency. You got to find the right guy. But Jamari Taylor can play. I'm really impressed with him. He does not go down easily. Oh, tonight, yep, after the Cowboys game. Yep, after the Cowboys game. If you like what we see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. It really does go a long way. Help us out on the channel as we try to grow the screen even more. Trevor interview right now on the Jaguars broadcast. Yeah, I don't have that one on. We'll look for a 61. I think it's going to be more compact. It's not going to be a bottom bar like it is now. It's going to be more compact. Seems to be the trend. Don't take up the entire bottom on the screen. Where the wide receivers still the Packers. I don't trust them. Kickoff returns to the 10, 15, 20. Space for the 25-30. Another good return for the Saints. Down to the 39-yard line. That's the second time today they've had a return past the 40. The Saints will have it here right at the 40. Maybe the 39-yard line. Saints going right to left on this drive. Yeah, I'll take a look at that one, Joe. Yep. All good, Detroit. All good. Yeah, Clowney's a good fit. He's great depth for you guys, too. Clowney is phenomenal depth for you guys. Yeah, Bill O'Brien sucked. Bill O'Brien, I love that man. As a Jaguar fan, but I get why as a Texas fan you might not like him. Zach Wilson remains in the game for this drive. Starts with a head up the middle. Gain of 1 down to the 40. 2nd and 9. So that run up the gut. So Wilson remaining out there. I'm actually spotted. Yeah, the 41-yard line. Put 20 on the Jags, win 275. Ooh, that's not bad odds, actually. Preseason, 20 to win 275. That's not a bad bet. 14-1 odds. Is that a concept logo? So that was the logo in 1993. That was the logo in 93 when we got sued by Jaguar, the car company. What would it take to do a Jags regular season game? Oh, it would take a lot. I don't know. One top, one the bottom. Play action here. Wilson. Clean pocket. They sent 4 fires down the left side of the field. Incomplete, but flag in the secondary for PI. Contact all the way. Easy call. Was tugging the jersey there. Devin Marshall getting called for that one on the veteran receiver Trey Palmer, and a first down for the Saints in plus territory. Well, probably the live odds. It was probably the live odds on the game. Yeah, defensive holding. You know, the Giants broadcasting team is very good. The Giants broadcasting team, they call it pretty much down the middle. The New York broadcasts are very good. Jets and Giants do really well. Bill O'Brien, he's at Boston College now. He's at Boston College. It would probably be they have to start undefeated for international game. Whoever's the football. So right now, Saints are on offense. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Yeah, that one's a concept. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Play action here. Wilson looks in the flat. He'll fire in the flat on the near side of the field. Makes the grab, the tight end at the 49-yard line before he's brought out of bounds. It's Oscar Delp on the grab. It's Husky on the stop. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5. Will the Jags logo be today if not for the lawsuit? I think they probably changed the logo. I think the Jaguar would look a bit outdated. You know, BC's an dumpster fire right now. Yep. Yeah, the rivalry jerseys. I'm a bit terrified. I'm a bit scared. The fact they haven't announced it yet, I'm kind of scared. Yeah, Papa's a legend, obviously. 2nd and 5. Ball at the 49. Stretch play here up the middle. No gain. 3rd and 5 for the Saints. Good stuff there. Saints averaging under 4 yards a carry. Haven't done much on the ground today outside the opening play. Donaldson on that one. Right here on Fox, to use the old NBC score. But yeah, some of the assets they use are kind of crazy. Yeah, I think Jags regular season game, if they like start undefeated going into London. Yeah, the mustard uniforms, they sucked. They sucked. They wore them twice and never again. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, back to his right here. 3rd and 5. They're going to motion one of the receivers over to the top of the screen. Julian Moreno-Cropper. They'll call a run or play action to the fly on the right side. Caught by the tight end, Oscar Delp. And a first down. Excuse me, Traydon Welch. My apologies on that one. Traydon Welch on the grab on the right side of the field in the flat. And a first down for the Saints at the 43-yard line. Gain of 6 there. That's a great play fake. Completely fooling Wesley Williams on that one. Wesley Williams, he was responsible for the contain on the quarterback, and he bit. Not a great rip there for the 4th-round pick out of Duke. 1 at the top of the screen, 2 at the bottom. Yeah, that Fields catch was great. That was insane. Head over the middle out of the gun, nothing doing. C.J. Donaldson brought down at the line of scrimmage. Good stop there by Jabbar Muhammad. The first team will be eliminated for MLB, I think, by the end of the month. I think end of the month they'll be eliminated. Yeah, Titans and Texans could be very similar. Yep. The Jags had baby vomit uniforms for Color Rush? Yes, they did. They got the Jaguar, the yellow mustard, the dehydrated pea uniforms. Yeah, they call them mustard. They could be dehydrated pea. 2 at the top, 1 of them back to his left. Yeah, they like the Oilers legacy because it's a cool logo and a cool legacy. 1 at the top, 3 of the bottom back to his left. The two-tone. Oh, please, God, no. Two-tone incomplete on the slant pass, so with some contact. An easy call there. Muhammad getting called for PI as Palmer got tackled before the ball got there. The black to gold, I think it could have worked. The black to gold helmets absolutely could have worked if it was a fade in. What happened was they ran out of paint. The problem with the helmets is they ran out of paint. Like if it faded from black to gold, it could have worked. It also was not good for the quarterbacks because they couldn't see the receivers. And blame Nike for that one, yep. Yeah, Muhammad tackled Palmer before the ball got there. Easy call there. I can't even say it was a joke. Yeah, that is nightmare fuel. So first down the 38-yard line here, or 37-yard line. Easy PI call there on Muhammad. Second penalty on the secondary of this drive for the Jaguars. With 6 minutes to go in the third. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Under center here is Wilson. Yeah, black to teal could work very well. I have one of those concepts. Wilson, pressure, has to escape the sack. He cannot. Thrown down at the 46-yard line. He backpedaled a lot. Couldn't avoid the sack. And the sack by Albert Regis. The 3rd-round pick for the Jaguars. Oh, you'll love to see that out. Texas A&M. Albert Regis eats him up. The big man, loss of 16. 2nd and 26. Regis just bowls his way up the middle. He gets by Torricelli Simpkins with ease. Bowls over the guard. The center, I should say. And Regis just dragging him down. 2nd and 26. 1 of the top, 3 of the bottom. The corners are bad. Yeah, they're not making the team. They'll send 4. Wilson looks. Hitch route to the right side. Caught. Good grab there. Tough grab by Palmer. But he's toying with Muhammad on that right side of the field. They're back in plus territory. 3rd and 13. At the 43-yard line. Yeah, the rookies have come to play today. Regis had a nice play up the middle. And he's stuffing the run. You notice with Regis out there, they're not running the ball well. With Regis out there, they were not running the ball. Yeah, Brandon Allen, I can't believe he's still in the league. I remember when he was on the Jaguars 10 years ago. He's not good. So 3rd and 16. Yeah, the Saints cannot run with Regis in there up the middle. Like, he was brought in specifically for run stuffing, and yeah, he's looked the part. You know, he was a reach too, yep. So far, Gladstone's classes look pretty good. Oh, I don't think so, Pez. I don't think they can become the modern creamsicles. I don't think so. And a false start on the left side of the line, and Wilson is fuming about that. I'll get the tackle on that one. Back it up 5 yards. 3rd and 21. Should we be legal bearer proof? Yeah, usually it comes to, it's a good question. It's a good question, Brian. It's a very good question. Problem is it's a law-based issue, not a fact-based issue. That's the difference. Like if it's a question of fact, it goes to the jury, but it's a question of law, and that goes to the judge. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Wilson in the gun. They're going to send 4. They show 6. They drop 4. Wilson fires. And that is caught at the 34-yard line for a first down on the left side of the field. First down for the Saints. They convert on 3rd and 21. Or excuse me, they do not convert 3rd and 21, but they get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's Jalen Moreno-Cropper on the grab. Gain of 9 and a first. Preseason for the announcers, too. I saw the first down marker, and it was not that. It was the start of the drive. So it'll be a 52-yard try. And they will have Charlie Smith trying this one. It's 1 for 1 today. Or 2 for 2 today, I should say. And more games. They have Cowboys Seahawks tonight. Yep. 52 yards. The kick. Saw none of the ball. That is some of the worst camera work I've seen. I don't think it was good. It was not. Jesus Christ. The cameraman, that is some of the worst field goal coverage you're going to see in your life. The kick is wide right. Oh, I get you on that one, Brian. I completely get you on that one. So Jaguars will start near midfield. That was some of the worst camera work I've ever seen on a field goal. I saw none of the ball, but no good. Jaguars get near midfield when we get back. Kaito controls? I'm not sure. I don't think I have. The air attack, Josh Allen looked very good today, Dexter. He looked very good. Legit some of the worst camera work I've seen, but... So what you could tell right away was going wide right from the start. Never had a chance. Jags rather broadcast? Oh, we will. We'll do it right at the end of the game. We'll do it right at the end. Everybody's backup reps and the worst reps in the preseason. See which ones they choose for the playoffs. No, I want the reps to have actual reps. See, what the hell was that? Oh, great question. Jags first game show? I'll do a little bit. I'll sound for a little bit afterwards. Yeah, backup camera stuck too. Yep. Yeah, over Bucky's is part of the question. Makes sense. Yep. Favorite Titan season? When they sucked. Last year was my favorite Titan season. Last year was fun. Some of the broadcasts are tough. At the very least, NFL Plus should allow you to watch either broadcast. At the very least, if you're not going to standardize the broadcast, at the very least, allow us to watch either one. Allow us to pick and choose whether we want to watch our team's broadcast or the opposing team broadcast. All good, John, sir. So, about the 45-yard line, panic button after week 1 of the preseason wise of the Falcons because they played their starters, they have no quarterback, they have no pass rush. And after Pierce's suspension and Walker's injury, yeah, they should panic. No, Peacock lives a baseball game today? That's nice. Jags got to stop? Yep, Jags got to stop. They forced a missed field goal. Bradley's still back out there for the Jaguars. They're going left to right. Yeah, if they do it, if the Jags want, I want to cut that one, user. If the Jags want, I want to cut. Yeah, most league passes have that. I don't know why you can do it for the radio, but you can't do it for broadcasts. But you can do it for the radio. Well, the 42, Bradley on play action. Fires a screen, thrown behind his man, incomplete, looking for DJ Dallas. Thrown behind and brings him 2nd and 10. Whereas you can listen to the radio broadcast for either side. Yeah, well, Charlie Smith, yeah, it's a kicker competition between him and Tanner Brown. And that's not going to help. That is not going to help. So 2nd down here. Again, if you like what you see, that like button, subscribe. I appreciate you guys a ton. You guys been awesome today. We're going to be live for every Jags preseason game. There's a thing with McDonald's, too. McDonald's filed a lawsuit because a company was named McDonald's, but it's named after the last name of the person. Okay, with 10, all good user. 2 at the top, 1 the bottom. Back to his right here is Dallas. Bradley on the gun. Takes a snap. They'll send 5. Bradley got to get rid of this quickly, and he does not. He just sits there and eats the sack for some reason. They're sending blitz. You saw it. You saw they were sending blitz, so you got to get rid of it quickly. And he doesn't. You saw them bring the corner blitz. I don't know what Bradley's doing. You can see it from here they were sending blitz. You got to get rid of that quickly. And he just sits there like a wounded duck and takes the sack. Brings up 3rd and 19. The 33-yard line. Gut feels it into a tie. Like last year ended in a tie. Jaguars Saints last year was a tie. That'd be the funniest outcome. 3rd and 19. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Back to his right here. Bradley in the gun. Takes it. They'll send 5. Bradley looks. Deep shot, middle of the field. Caught. First down at the 48-yard line. Great throw there. And Brady Boyd going down to make that grab. The undrafted wideout out of Utah State. They needed 19. They got 19, and they're in plus territory. Good job there by Bradley climbing the pocket. And he gets the first of the 48-yard line. Again, they're going left to right. So I don't see him in the regular season. Nope, exactly. What I was looking for the team in the preseason, I want the rookies to play well, the backup quarterback situation as well. Really the backup quarterback situation, because I never was crazy about it behind Lawrence. Hand up the middle of the field. It goes for Dallas, and Dallas to the 45-yard line, down at the 44. So he's brought down the play by T.J. Hall Jr., the 7th-round pick out of Iowa. Called a gain of 4, maybe 3, second and medium. Right, Jackson was a tie, yep. I didn't do that game because I was in Disney for that one. Yeah, so I was looking at that mainly. The backup quarterbacks and the rookies. And the battle at receiver with Josh Cameron and C.J. Williams for wide receiver 5. One at the top of the screen, 2 at the bottom. Back to his right here is Dallas once again. They'll motion the tight end over to the right side. Handoff here. Sweep to the left. Nothing doing. Taylor taken down. Bottled up. Loss of 2. Michael Hellman on the stop. Just stuffed him immediately. Miscommunication on that sweep to the weak side. Brings up 3rd and 9. Just no blocking there whatsoever. Nothing Taylor could do about that one. Let's check this one out again. It started, it started with a tackle getting bulldozed. Hellman on the stop, but it started for the Saints with JVR Suggs just bulldozing the tackle over the undrafted free agent out of Wisconsin. I would say over on that. I'd say 1 tie based on a 10-minute overtime. I would say 1. 3rd and 10. Bradley looks, fires to the right side of the field. First read, out route, caught at the 39. 4th and 1, decision time here. It's Wortham on the grab. Michael Wortham, the undrafted receiver out of Montana. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Well, he can't even chuck the ball. He has a noodle arm. He can't even chuck it. So 4th and 1, the 39-yard line. We'll see what they decide to do. I go for it, personally. I would go for it. It's a 56, 57-yard try. I'm leaving the offense out there. Jaguars 1 for 1 on 4th down today. They called a QB sneak. It worked. Might be a bit long for a QB sneak, but they'll have time to think about it as we'll go to the end of the 3rd. Decision time for Liam Cohen when we get back here in the 4th. Better quarter for the Jaguars. They now trail by 6 to their driving. 4th down at the 39-yard line. If you like what you see, like, and subscribe. Well, the first time they ever tied back-to-back preseason. I don't know if it'd be the first, but it'd be a weird thing. Rams just scored a touchdown, 13-9 there. Texans will draft quarterback in the late rounds next year. I'm not sure because you have. I mean, if you like Mertz, you have 3 quarterbacks. So I don't know. Put a poll up. Who do you think wins this one? If you like what you see, that like button, subscribe. We're going to be live for the Cowboys Seahawks game. I'll stay on for like 5 minutes after this game just to give my final thoughts on it. Do like a Jaguars rant / recap. Not much to really rant about with this, but you get the idea there. They'll be live for the Cowboys Seahawks game at 8 o'clock Eastern time. You know, it's crazy to think about Drake. It really is crazy to think about. I think we're going to see more because now it's more of a quarterback award and the guys are ready for the pros. Out of it. 0.5, so you can't have a push. Yep, that was a big thing. So Super Bowl 13, the spread for that game was 4. It wasn't 4.5, it was 4. It wasn't 3.5, it was 4.5, it was 4. It was the biggest mistake in Vegas history. Super Bowl 13, the Steelers were 4-point favorites over the Cowboys. The game ended 35-31, meaning everyone got their money back. Vegas made no money that day on the Super Bowl. That was like Black Sunday for Vegas. You talk about Black Sunday for Vegas, that was the day. That's why 0.5. That's why that's a thing. You know, unironically, Davis Mills, what's crazy about it is I thought that pick was dumb. Because I was like, with Mills, it was like, you spent a high pick on a backup quarterback, and you trade away Watson, and you spent a high pick on a quarterback in the 3rd round that you're probably just going to have to replace next year anyways. Because if he sucks so much, you're going to have an early draft pick, and you just take your guy next year. Shows what I know with that one. Super Bowl 30? No, 13. Super Bowl 13. Yes, 1979. I don't think so, Anthony, no. Right, 48 was smaller than 29. Which makes sense. I mean, 48, was number 1 offense, number 1 defense. No one thought it was going to be a 43-8 bloodbath. 29, the Niners and Chargers met in the playoff, in the regular season that year, and the Niners blew them out. Everyone knew that game was going to suck. Right, the Seahawks won by more than the Niners did. Though the Niners, they put the backups in the second half. The Niners were just up by so much. That game was just brutal at the end. Bet millions on the Jets to win. can see that, Roof Shark. I can see that. How many coaches do you think make at least one appearance? 20. I think this season 20. 4th and 1. They leave the offense on the field. They're going for it. Jaguars going right to left this quarter. In the gun. One of the top 3 of the bottom. Back to his left is Taylor. Handoff in the gun. It's going to be a read option. Bradley keeps himself. Lost the ball as he dives down. First down at the 35-yard line. But now they blow the play dead. Gain of 4 and a first. I'm going to say Bradley was down by contact, or the ground caused the fumble before it came out. But good job there on the read option. That was the same play the Jaguars ran on 4th and 2 last playoffs against the Bills. That did not work. Bradley runs it there, gets the first. The ground caused the fumble. Easy call there. You know, the ball comes out after the elbow hits the ground. Gain of 4, first down. They're 2 for 2 on 4th down today. That's the play that failed in the playoff game. That really set everything going down the drain in that one. One on the top, one on the bottom, under center here. Takes the snap, hands off to Taylor. Taylor dives ahead to the 33-yard line, gain of 2. You know, if you draft a guy and he's still on the team 6 years later, in the 3rd round, you draft a guy and he's still on the team 6 years later, that's a win. Every day of the week, that's a win. That's an A-plus pick. And he wins you games. Like, he led a 19-point comeback, had some moments, still on the team 6 years later, that's a win. But no, it's kind of a crapshoot. That is true, yeah. That's true. And 22 is not like a great class for quarterbacks, obviously, so. And only one guy turned out any good, and that was Purdy. No one saw that coming. One on the top, one on the bottom, under center. Here is Bradley. Once again with Taylor in the backfield. Another hand over the middle goes for Taylor. Taylor jukes up the middle. Good job there by Taylor. Would have been a gain of 1. Instead, he cuts up the middle of the field. Nice juke move. Didn't lose any speed on that one either. Gets 6, makes it 3rd and 2 at the 27-yard line. He had 245 pounds. Yep, he's called a thick kicker for a reason. I love it. I love it. Very good Mustangs on that one, yep. He was on ABC as a national game. This one? No. No, if it's on ABC in your area, it's because it's just a local broadcast. This is not a national game. You know, it's like the Generals. Yep, I thought they were due. Ready down hut, yep. They rarely had a chance. One on the top, one on the bottom. 3rd and 2 here. We got to get to the 25. They'll keep it again with Taylor. He's got the first at the 23-yard line. 5-yard run there on the stretch play the right side. Taylor does not go down on first contact. He hits the hole right away. He accelerates. He lowers his shoulder. He's a bulldozer. You can't bring him down first contact. I like this kid a lot. I think we have our 4th running back. I mean, DJ Dallas, he's a vet. He is what he is at this point. Amir Abdullah, I don't know how he's still in the league. Amir Abdullah, I'm not, like, crazy about. He's got, like, no speed at this point. I think Taylor can play. I want to keep this kid. Make him the 4th running back and then just make him a healthy scratch for all the games. One of the top 3 at the bottom. In the gun, hand off again to Taylor. Taylor dives ahead to the 20. But again, he falls forward. He was tackled at the 22. He gained 2 extra yards. Poppy played football for any league? Yes, I think so. For any league, yeah. For any league. Yes, Source could have been a starter quality, but they had to be jerks about it. Oh, I think so, Reef Shark, definitely. I definitely think it changes how you evaluate. Definitely changes. You're like, how did he fall through the cracks? What did we do wrong? Hand off here, stretch play. Taylor's at the 15. Trucks a guy down to the 14-yard line, 3rd and 1. Brought down by Beenum, but again, this guy can play. This Taylor kid can play. Right, Eagles also from the back as a 59, yep. Trade for McCarthy? Nah, why would they Texans trade for McCarthy? They have Stroud and they have Mills. They don't need McCarthy. Maybe Billy. Yeah, he hadn't heard at this point. He's a Lions fan. I'm just surprised you are about Abdullah. Yep, 3rd and 1. Taylor is, like, freaking good. Undrafted free agent. Where did this kid come from? No, Amir Abdullah is still in the league. Yep, he's on the Jaguars. What league? I think CFL. Yeah, Pena? He's had some moments today. Pena's had some moments. Had a good catch on an out route earlier today. He's probably not going to make the team, but could be a practice squad candidate. I don't think he beats out Williams or Cameron for the wide receiver 5 spot. I think it'd be very shocking to do that, but I think he will beat him out. Or I feel like he'll make the practice squad. I mean, it was very obviously 3rd down. The referees stopped the play to confirm it is 3rd down. It very much was not, even close. It is cooking, yep. We got Chiefs, Bears, and Packers on local TV since the Rams left. Makes sense. Carvalho look better second half? No. We just run the ball more. We've run the ball more, and Jamari Taylor's taken over. Bradley's not done much this half. Bradley has had some moments where he just looks like wounded duck in the backfield. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom, including Pena. QB sneak, and Bradley's got the first. Needed 1, got 1 to the 13-yard line. Yeah, Scott's another one. I'm surprised he's still in the league. He'll have a second Taylor? Yep. He can play. Again, they have LaQuinn Allen, they have Chris Rodriguez, and they have Bashal Tutin. Those are the three. The Jaguars keep 4 on the roster. 3 of them are on the active game day roster, so one of them's a stash. I think Taylor can play. I think Taylor's the guy for the 4th. I think Taylor has to be the guy for the 4th. Ooh, okay. If the teams with 1 ranking more, all right, we'll do that commercial break. 1 the top, 2 at the bottom. They'll motion the receiver over to the right side. They'll toss it out to Taylor on the left side. Taylor will be brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there. So he's thrown down the play. There's a flag on the play. Brought down by Fadil Diggs. See what the call is here. Might be coming back. Of the teams with 1. Well, Cardinals are last. I know that. Titans are near the bottom as well. Holding on the offense, back it up 10 yards. 1st and 20 at the 23-yard line. El Paso Cowboys. Yeah, so Cardinals are last in that. Titans are second to last. Teams with 1 appearance. Saints are up there. Any Jacksonville's probably not. No, probably not going to any. 1st and 20. Yeah, worst move. Best move they made was Aaron Cohen. Yep. Bradley, arrow to the right side, caught by Pena, I should say, the 18-yard line. So Pena, second grab of the day. Thrown down on the play by Beanham. You know, I like Taylor more than Abdullah DJ. Oh, it's not even close. It's not even close. Taylor does not go down first contact. Taylor does not go down first contact at all. Muppets halftime show. I'm not crazy about that. I love the Muppets, but pregame maybe, but not halftime. 2nd and 14. One of the top, 2 of the bottom. I think Chargers probably the pick on that one, John. So they're definitely the favorite on that. Handoff here, nothing doing out of the gun. 3rd and 14. Travis has not played today. No, Travis has not played. No gain on that one. Bottled up at the line of scrimmage by Brian Taylor. You know, Chargers are 1, Saints are 2, Titans 3, Cardinals 5, Jets 4. Brian Taylor, the Florida man, makes the stop. 3rd and 14. Jaguars down by 6. Regular way to go to games, it's really bad. Really bad. Like probably 25% winning percentage, we're talking. Trips to the top, 1 the bomb back to his left is Dallas. Bradley in the gun, takes a snap. They're going to send 4. Bradley stepping up, avoids the sack, fires, end zone! Incomplete. Pena in out of his hands. Might have been broken up. Not a bad throw. Tight window. Not a bad throw by Bradley. Looking for Pena over the middle of the field. Yeah, the Jaguars, are they doing this flat out grass field? No, they're not. No. Only the Cardinals do that. And Pena, that is... He's got to catch that ball. That's right in his hands. Shades of the Jordan Elliott touchdown that he scored against the Saints in 2012 in the preseason 4th quarter. You know, Bachel's going to be the starter. Yep, absolutely. I never was from the same town. Cam Little, 36-yard try. It's a long drive for the Jaguars. Took about 8 minutes off the clock. Little is good. To the surprise of no one. 34-yard try. I swear to God, if this game ends in a tie. If this game ends in another tie... If we have a tie back-to-back years in the preseason against the Saints on the road. Oh, my goodness. Madden 27 rings? Yeah, I don't get it. Madden sucks. Madden sucks. They don't know Jack. Just more fuel for Liam Cohen and the small market team. More fuel. What team would hate most? Texans. You bought us a name. I don't believe it. So Cam Little perfect today. 3 for 3. He's done his part. 2017 your score. What game do I play stars for a drive or 2? Game 2. I would say game 2 on that one. Game 3 you don't play. Game 2 you do. And we'll be live for every Jags preseason game. So we'll be live next week against the Panthers on August 21st. Next Friday. That game starts at 7:35 Eastern Time. As for the Saints, their next game after this will be against the Rams next Saturday. Might be doing that one, not sure yet. Most random first appearance of all time? Most random? I would say the Bengals. The Bengals in 1981. The Bengals? Yeah, the Fantasy League's back this year. Yep, the Fantasy League is back this year. Just composed calling this. Remember past preseason games that was stress. You know, remember we were expecting to suck those years. So it's like we played the starters during some of those games. I'm stressed when it's the starters. When the starters are out there, I'm stressed. When it's these guys, I know are not making the team, and like we have expectations to actually be good this year, it's like, okay. So regular season, no on that one, Miles, no. You know, it's a lot different. 68 Jets, 94 Chargers. No, Jets were not that random. Jets were one of the favorites to make it. They weren't that random. 94 Chargers, they were expected to be good that year. Maybe not Super Bowl good, but 99 Titans were not a bad pick either for that. No, Bears? No, 85 Bears were not a random. They were one of the favorites going in. Yeah, 2 nickels on that one, Jonathan. Yep. At a tie. Yeah, Hamilton's Little Bear loves Little Grayberry. Yep. Oh, 9 Saints. No, but they had a franchise quarterback. They had Breeze. Going in. That's a good question, though. 8:34 to go. I got the bot. Don't worry. Appreciate all you guys the time for being here. Yeah, I think so on that one for sure. I'm rooting for Tank Dell. I love the kid a lot coming out of college. Even Patrick would have made that. Yep. Yeah, touchdowns. 1 touchdown and a 2-point conversion. You must tie this year. Yep, every game has to be a tie. Every game against the Saints has to be a tie. You didn't have to feel like stressing McCarthy the other day. Yeah, if the starters play, I feel stressed because then I'm like, okay. But with these guys, it's like guys are not making the team now. Right, 99 times more to ram the 94 Chargers. Kickoff here by Little. Fielded by the Saints at the 5-yard line. Taken out to the 10, 15, 20. 25, trying to bounce outside the right side. Running out of room down the right sideline. Stiff arm out of bounds to the 33-yard line. There was a flag on the return, though, so this one might be coming back. I think it's the 3rd time today Saints return has been flagged. Preston Hodge on the stop, forced him out of bounds. Think it's good public transportation? Not great. Light rail is what it is. It's slow. It's not really that effective. Light rail is what it is. It's actually kind of quicker to drive. And it doesn't go to Glendale. It doesn't go to Glendale and doesn't go to Scottsdale. So, it's not great. Like, Cardinals games, you can't get there by public transportation unless you have to, like, transfer and stuff. 05 Hawks? It wasn't, like, too random. Kicker shootouts, break ties, that'd be fun. That would be fun. Preseason games entirely up to the teams? In terms of who they play? Yeah. In terms of who they play? Yeah. If this game ends in a tie, I want a rematch. Yep. But tie, if you mean ties, it's a mandated rule that every game has... They don't play overtime in the preseason anymore. So that's a mandated rule. So about the 15-yard line for the Saints. When we get back here, it's one of those kickoff commercial things. Got to squeeze it in. So it was a long drive by the Jaguars. All out of the Super Bowl, bonus ring. I'm going to go 7 on that. I just don't trust Herbert. Go 7. I should extend to the cities. Problem is that they don't like it because it's like a lot where the homeless stay. Like light rail stations are where like you get a lot of homeless people. So they don't want to extend it anymore. Like that's why Scottsdale and that's why Glendale don't want it. Oh, who they play? Oh no, it's not up to the teams. No, you can have joint practices are up to the teams. So it's not up to the teams. They keep it geographically compact for the most part, so you're not traveling too much. Now, if you want to have a joint practice, that's up to the teams. But the games themselves, the NFL decides that. NFL has complete control over that. Back in the day, no. Back in the day, you picked who you want to play. Back in the day, you could actually pick your schedule. Now it's all the NFL is doing. Why they banned preseason OT? Because they didn't want guys getting hurt. It made no sense to have it. Everyone just wanted the game to be done. No one liked it. No coach liked it. So Bias City got 3 homers in his debut. Yeah, crazy. Crazy stuff. It's a way to make your mark. It's a good way to make your mark there. Oh, no, I get you on that, McKellar, but usually you're not playing the starters in that. Joint practice should be banned. Too much fighting. No, I like joint practices. It's a good way to test your guys out and get the starters some reps without them risking injury to the quarterbacks. I like joint practices. I do think they should be regulated by the league, though. I think joint practices should be regulated, and you can get fined or suspended for what you do in a joint practice. If you fight it in your own practice, let the team handle it. That's a team issue. But once you cross, quote-unquote, state lines, once it's almost like interstate commerce. I equate joint practices, it should be like interstate commerce. Like, in-state, yeah, the state can do what they want. It's up to the state. But once you cross state lines, that's federal issue. That's what I think. Challenge Police preseason is stupid. It's stupid. I'll get right down on that one. That's what I think. It should be like interstate commerce. Preseason games should be treated, or joint practices should be treated like interstate commerce. It's a bubble screen on the right side, incomplete to start. How they geographically compact? They usually try to keep it compact. Usually you play one game that's a bit bizarre. New quarterback in is Hunter Deckers, so he'll take the Saints home the rest of the way. But usually there's one game that might be out of the way, and then after that, everything's geographically compact. Yeah, Simpson doing good for himself. That's good to see. Have to watch more of the All-22 afterwards. So Deckers played in the UFL this year. You might remember we called this name quite a few times. Second down, Deckers, the lefty throws, checks it down the left side. It's caught, but behind the line. The 19-yard line brings up 3rd and 11. Who wins? The Pats still win that one. Pats still win. Preseason games just have a running clock. I don't hate it. Just not inside the final 2 minutes. I don't hate it. I don't hate that idea. 3rd down here for the pass in the flat. Again, Hunter Deckers play with the Houston Roughnecks this season. The now defunct Roughnecks. Started 4 games for the team through 3 touchdown passes. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Deckers looks Nelson for. He's going to take off and throw on the run, middle of the field. Tight window, incomplete. It's a 3 and out. The Jaguars will get the ball back. I think that was Silman Craig. Cameron Silman Craig on the stop. Over the middle of the field. So not a good drive for Deckers, who's auditioning for other teams. You figure Wilson, Rattler, and Shuck are making the team. Deckers, he's auditioning for other teams at this point. Yeah, preseason soccer clock rolls, yeah. No, joint practice, they can't stand each other, yep. It feels good, too, because, like, they're so used to hitting their own guys in preseason, now they can hit other players. So, tempers will flare in that one, which I get, but it should be regulated by the NFL in that one. You know, the Cardinals have a very good farm. I like what they did in the farm this trade deadline, too. Field at the 35-yard line on the return to the 40. Hurls a man down to the 44-yard line, gain of 9 on the punt return there by Pena. So, good job there by Pena on the return. He gets 9, and the Jags start near midfield. Oh, good job. I appreciate you, man. So, I'll call it a net of about, I'll say, 37 yards. Jaguars ball under 8 to go. Going right to left when we get back. You wonder if Joey Aguilar is going to come in, the Tennessee quarterback. Pats win that one, Anthony. Pats win that one. But if they go for it in the 4th quarter instead of playing for the field goal, I know that would not be a disaster, Joe. No, not at all. Definitely not at all. Definitely not be bad blood there. Yeah, JJ Watt with the concept, with training camp sets. Yeah, because you're trying stuff out. I get it. I get why people keep stats. I don't keep stats in training camp. Like, I didn't keep track of, like, okay, like, when I went to Cardinals camp, Brissett, I didn't keep track of, like, he was this for this, Minshew was this for this, Beck was this for this. I didn't keep track of that at all. Because you're trying stuff out, you're trying new plays, you're installing some things. Picks I keep track of. Picks and fumbles. I think fumbles are a big one. Fumbles, that's a good one to keep track of, because that's not a scheme thing. That's just concentration. Jags got a double, say, or some pizza for the evening. Nice. Yeah, preseason now it's only 4 games because he's going 84-game regular season. Well, teams and players with a chance to play with another team playing the preseason, could that hurt in the long run? No. No, it actually doesn't, because you have trade bait. Because what you do is you announce who you're cutting, and then teams look, you're like, oh, wait a second. You're going to cut this guy? I want him. Let's work out a trade. I'll give you like a 7th-round conditional pick for him. A fiction Johnster. No, they didn't have it in 2020, and the quality sucked the first month of the season. It's also not fair to the younger guys trying to get a chance. Joint practices are useless? Nah. Joint practices, I think, are worth more than preseason games. Joint practices are where they're at now. They should televise those. Right, I get you on that one, Kyle. I agree with him on certain things on that one. Yeah, that's crazy, David. Yep, that's crazy. Yes, easily, Anthony. Yep. Whoever won that game was winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, when they go to 18, it'll be double bye week, 20-week season, 2 preseason games. They'll cut a game. Yeah, so usually what happens with that RFK is you're auditioning for other teams, and if you're good and you get cut because there's no roster spot for you, they'll work out a trade, and you can get a draft pick for a guy that was not going to make your team. It's like a free draft pick. That's always fun when that happens. Like, the Cardinals are going to get a good draft pick, too, because the Cardinals, they have 5 running backs that can make the team, and they have 7 receivers that can legit make a roster. They're going to get probably a pick for one of them. Yeah, the 6th seed. I don't think it was a mistake. I just think you could prepare for this. All right, backing away here. Jaguars going right to left here. Under center is the quarterback. One the top, one the bottom. And new quarterback in. It is Joey Aguilar for the first time. DJ Dallas on the pitch to the right side. He'll get down the 48-yard line. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5. Fat Johnster. Yeah, whoever won that game was going to do it. Points of mission returns, so the games don't matter as much the more you add. I think 20 is that point. I think 20 is that point. The unconscious part? Yeah, no, that's a crazy story. I read about that a while ago. I remember reading about that a while ago. A week in between them every other week? I wouldn't hate that. Yeah, 20 I think is the point. Once you get past 20, there'd be diminishing returns. Increase the roster size, they would never do that. The PA would not like that, because then players make less money. Because you have to divvy up more ways. Have on the middle, DJ Dallas spin move up the middle down to the 48-yard line. Should be a yard shy of the sticks. New Bill, same, not crazy about it. Just I'm not crazy about taxpayer money being used like that. What is Steph doing right now? I mean, she's probably cussing out everyone on the Chiefs for losing this game. 3rd and 1 here. Joey Aguilar in the game, the former Tennessee quarterback. Signed as an undrafted free agent. Let's just say there are openings on this team at quarterback. 20, I think at some point we'll get to 20, and that'll be the max. We had 20 in the WFL. 20 is not crazy. One at the top of the screen, one at the bottom. They'll motion the tight end over on the right side, Ethan Connor. Hand up the middle. It goes for DJ Dallas, and he'll get a first down at the 45-yard line. Puts the Jags in field goal range, down by 3. 18-game, 20-week, that's the way to do it. And some more TV money, too. 20 games, I think it'll be impossible. I don't know, because you have a double bye, so there might be more refreshed. Because you would have 2 bye weeks. You spread the bye weeks out enough. First down, the 45-yard line here. Under 6 to go. Last season, the Jaguars led by double digits. Saints came back and tied the game in the preseason. Now it could be deja vu, but in reverse. Yeah, Simpson so far looks all right. 20 games, probably like 20-50. Right, the 18th will be the extra team you play. Play action, Aguilar's first throw of the day. Deep shot down the left side. He's going for all. Has a step. Caught. There's a flag on the play, though he might have stepped out of bounds. Pena on the grab, but the hat comes off. What a grab. Pena. What a throw by Aguilar. Maybe a bit underthrown, but Pena going up and getting it. Down the left side, but there was a flag in the secondary. Did Pena step out of bounds before he caught this? Well, there was contact on the top of the route. Yeah, they do get that flag. No, he never stepped out. No, the ref threw the hat. The ref threw 2 flags. He threw one for illegal contact and for PI. That was the hat coming off. The hat coming off was not for out of bounds. The hat coming off was because he threw 2 flags. It's both on the Saints. What a grab by Pena. Oh my God, what a game he's having today. Ball came out the end. Illegal contact and pass interference, both on the same guy. Runner was down by contact on the goal-to-go spot. Trevor Pena. Oh my goodness. So the ref threw 2 flags, both on TJ Hall, who got burned there in the Iowa corner, and Trevor Pena going up and getting it. Big 10 on Big 10 there down the left side of the field. 43-yard gain, Trevor Pena. Okay, I see ya. I see ya, Pena. I like this kid. I like Pena. He's had a good game today. 5 minutes to go. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom, in the red zone at the 3-yard line. Aguilar's first throw, an absolute beauty. Tight end in motion, handoff goes. Taylor spins ahead into the end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars. And they lead for the first time today. I think they will, RFK. Jamari Taylor does not go down on first contact. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage, but spins out of it. And Taylor's in the end zone. Jaguars in front. Erasing a double-digit halftime point deficit. Oh, man. These young guys can play. Some of these youngsters can play. Play better than Frank Frankie. Not that that's hard to do. Appreciate you, man. Century hair on that one. I wish we kept Shadrick. He's going to do great with the Cardinals. I wish we promoted Shadrick. That would have been so much better. Extra point here for Little, make it a 4-point game. Wow. And that is perfect. Jaguars in front. Jamari Taylor can play, but Trevor Pena, how about that? 43-yard grab. 24-20, under 5 to go. Jags in front for the first time. We'll see what the UFL quarterback Hunter Deckers can do when we get back here down at the Superdome. Different second half. Yeah, well, because now it's like the undrafted free agents. Yeah, young blood. Yep, you never was going to surprise you. You never know. Payne has been good. Yeah, Shatter's a huge loss, yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, Sunflower's going to get a second look. Yep. It's a good omen for the season. I don't know about that, but... I will say the draft picks are impressing me. The undrafted guys are impressing me. The veteran depth is bad. The veterans have been bad. Trevor Pena. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Syracuse and Penn State Zone. Yep. St. Jerome is pretty good. Yep. It's pretty classic. But Trevor Pena, as he was being contacted by two guys, or twice on the play, legal contact and PI. If people were crapping on the Jaguars draft. Yeah, they look good today. Regis has a sack. Wesley Williams had a nice play in the backfield. Jalen Huskies made some nice plays for the secondary. Titans haven't done much today. I don't think Borkirker's been out there. I did not see Borkirker today. Kozel was out there for a little bit. Some of the undrafted guys played well. Josh Cameron, CJ Williams each had some good grabs. I mean, they got some guys. And Prenon didn't play. He's hurt. And that's the big thing. A dog is out. The big thing is the offensive line. Because Prenon's hurt. Makari's hurt. Van Lannen's hurt. And now Adaga's hurt. So they have four guys who are projected to make the 53. Now, granted, Adaga sucks. He should not make the team. But you have four guys projected to make the 53 that are injured on the offensive line. How about the lead? I don't really care about the lead. It's more just guys playing well. Like, I don't care if we win or lose this game. I think so, RFK. I think it will be the default. Usually they're like one step behind. Kickoff, end zone, touchback. They'll put it at the 35-yard line here. And I hate touchbacks in the preseason. You don't learn anything from that. We know Lowell can boot it out of the end zone. I want to see what these guys can do. Yeah, the odds of tie just took a big-time dive. Big-time dive on that. So first down for the Saints at the 35-yard line, going left to right. Hunter Deckers went 3 and out last drive. No, Rutledge can play. Rutledge can play. Yeah, I didn't get the you reached on him. I thought he could play. Well, the 35, to the bottom of the screen, starts with a read option at Deckers. Deckers keeps himself down to the 39-yard line. Slides down there after a gain of 4. Everything's 4 down territory at this point, you figure, unless it's 4th and forever. Yeah, like, I don't care about wins and losses in preseason. There are games that I'm happy about that we lose and games that I've been fuming about that we won. Like, Jaguars-Bengals 20... What game was that? 2016? Jaguars-Bengals preseason 2016, I was like, oh, crap, we're screwed. We won that game. I'm like, oh, we're screwed. Trips to the top of the screen, the motion of the receiver over to the right side. Motion over Ronnie Bell, head over the middle of the field. That's a first down, and then some down to the 48-yard line. Good run there by Ty Chandler. A gain of 9 and a first up the gut. I don't see Regis out there. But Regis is very well stopping the run up the middle. Saints touchdown, little 80-yard field goal. I just laugh at that point. Right, it's play, and drive. Yeah, score doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. I got the bot. That's crazy, Cosmos. That is crazy. So, while the 48-yard line here, under 4 minutes to go. We're going to live for Cowboys Seahawks later tonight. First down. Another handoff here goes to Chandler on the stretch play. Gain of 3 down to the 49-yard line. Before he's brought down for the Jaguars by Kelvy Rose. You see what spammers, yep. And, like, why are you spamming now? Like, why the fourth quarter of a preseason game? Like, why now? At least do it at the start of the game. Regis plays football now? Yep, he's back from the dead, yep. And familiar host to that. You know, the Texans, yeah, that tight end, yeah. It was a deep tight end class. It was a very deep class at tight end. Orlando, a lot of Dolphins. Dolphins and Jaguars, I would say. One at the top, 2 at the bottom. Deckers sends his receiver out 1 on the right side. Jalen Moreno-Cropper. Takes a snap. Deckers looks. They'll send 5. Deckers deep shot down the right side of the field. 1-on-1 coverage. Moreno-Cropper incomplete. Tight coverage all the way there. Great coverage there by Corey Ballantyne. Can't believe I'm actually saying that. It's the first time anyone's ever uttered those words. Great coverage by Corey Ballantyne. And that's why it was not number 38, it was 36. My apologies. Devin Neal on the coverage. The Virginia man, the undrafted free agent out of UVA. My apologies, it was Devin Neal. 36, not 38 on that one. 3rd and 7, 3 minutes to go. Deckers has yet to complete a pass. He's 0 for 3 today. 1 at the top, 3 at the bottom, back to his left here. Deckers in the gun. They're going to have 6 in the box, Jacksonville will. Right at midfield. Receiver on the left side is Trey Palmer. They'll send 4. Deckers, first read, hitch route, pump fake, sacked! Sacked on the play, brought down in the backfield for the Jaguars by Brian Thomas. Yes, you heard that right. No, that is not going to be even the slightest bit confusing. The Jaguars have a Brian Thomas on their team that plays defense. An undrafted free agent out of South Carolina. So they have 2 Brian Thomases on the team. The defensive Brian Thomas makes the sack on the pump fake, and Deckers, 4th and 12, they're going to have to pump this one away. First one I call that's a win. I think it would be, actually, as crazy as that sounds. Punt here will bounce to the 21. It's not a great punt. Takes a good bounce down at the 9-yard line. That's why I don't just let that keep rolling at that point. Why you pick it up at the 9 instead of letting it go down to the goal line? I don't know. So Wright got a fair bounce. It was not a great punt. It was only 36 yards in the air. But it rolls down to the 9. That's where the Jags will start this drive. When we get back here, Jaguars, first down could do it. Saints have 3 timeouts. Bias had a heck of a debut. Heck of a debut. Jags and defensive players have the same name as another player. Yep, Josh Allen, Brian Thomas. Yep, that's not confusing at all. Not confusing at all. Travis Howard plays wide receiver and defense, so does Brian Thomas. Yep. Is it possible? Yeah, no, of course it's possible, Anthony. When Josh Allen sacked Josh Allen, that was so funny. He had a great game that day, too. He had a great game. The undrafted rookies are doing well. The rookie class for the Jags, it's impressed me so far. Yep, praise me, buddy. Yep, I'm going to get a lot of that in Arizona, I can tell you that much. I am, really happy with how the rookies look. The veterans, no. The veterans did not look good today. The veteran backups look like crap. But the rookies look great. Well, they didn't play on the same team. The rookies today played out of their minds. I'm really happy with how this game has gone. In that regard. The undrafted class like Gladstone had, the draft class he had, everyone's been doing their job today. Everyone's been doing their job. Obviously, the quarterback situation's been a nightmare. Quarterback is absolutely a nightmare behind Trevor Lawrence. Offensive line depth's not great. And Branson Combs did not have a good game today, and I'm worried if he's going to be starting at linebacker. But there's something with these rookies. Swing as far as swing state. Yep, sometimes it sucks. Yep. Amen to that, living in Arizona. A lot different than New York, where you know what's going to happen every year. 5 nickel for every time the Jags had a defensive player with the same name as another player. Yeah, 2 nickels. There you go. Weird that's happened twice. So Jaguars ball at the 9-yard line. When we get back, they're going right to left. Yeah, bots are back. Yep. Jags walk, they blow it up and invest in this rookie class to be okay in 5 years. I'm not going that far. I'm not going that far. Bots are wrong. Yep, that's why I ban them. I don't ban anyone except for bots. Don't ban anyone except for bots, because get the clankers out. So ball the 9-yard line here for the Jaguars after the punt. Took a very good bounce. And Aguilar in at quarterback. 2 wide. Under center is Aguilar. He'll hand it off. It goes for Taylor. Stretch play. And he falls forward to the 12-yard line. Gain of 3. Now, this would be where the Saints should call timeout, and they will with 2:14. Saints called timeout. It's a smart timeout. It's the right way to do it. You call 2, and then you let the 2-minute warning happen. But again, preseason. It's no real dumb decision. Jacksonville South team. I think so. I'm excited for the first time in a while, Mustangs. I'm very excited for that. Well, that was a little bit different, RFK, yeah. You blow it up this year and every year in the future, yep. Yeah, 1 first down, Saints are cooked. Browns are right center train Garrett. Oh, I think so too. I think it's a hot take. Look, by the time the Browns are going to be competitive, realistically, Garrett's going to be past his prime. Jared Verse is a very good player. You get a really good player. You get a bunch of draft capital. You get 3 draft picks in the first 2 days. And you get a really good pass rusher who's young on rookie contract. Toss play here. Taylor up the middle to the 15, down to the 16. Gain of 4. And I love the way Taylor runs. He was bottled up in the backfield, but then the juke move. His juke moves are lethal. His juke moves are really, really good. Saints burn their second time out. So again, 1 first down will do it for the Jaguars. Yeah, vote for the whole... Yeah, jeez, Joe. Jeez. You know, I'm excited about the Jags this year. It's like the first year I have expectations. It feels bizarre. Like, I'm not used to having expectations for this team. Sure you get the previous offseason? I get you on that one. Most exciting offseason ever? No, because we did nothing in the offseason. Exciting. We just sat around. We had no first-round pick. We signed Chris Rodriguez. It was the only free agent signing we made. Most exciting offseason ever was 2015, 2016. 2016, we just emptied the dump truck and signed everyone. 2016 was an exciting offseason that ended up obviously not working out, but 2016 was an exciting one. Third down, handoff here goes for Taylor, nothing doing, bottled up. No gain on the play. Brought down by Miles Cole, the former Jaguar, having a pretty good game. He didn't do anything in Jacksonville, but he was very raw. He was always physically gifted. And showing that today. How's it going, Blazer? Thoughts on who's going to the South? I have the Saints. I like Tyler Shuck at quarterback. I like Kellen Moore, coach. Every other team has too many question marks. So Saints will take it down to the 2-minute warning. Saints have 1 timeout remaining. How we turn around? We kept it on the ground, and Jamari Taylor played out of his mind. Yeah, no, we're going to suck against the Texans. That's our bogey team. You're not wrong there, Reef Shark. You're not wrong there. The Texans are... our defense is Trevor Lawrence's bogey defense. No matter what year, he never plays well against the Texans. 2017, we had a fun offseason that year too. But no, we have the expectations for first time in a while. But no, last offseason wasn't an exciting one besides Travis Hunter. We didn't make any splashy free agents. Exciting offseason was 2016 where we just signed everyone. That was we were the offseason champs for 4 years in a row. Back then. Yeah, Saints I think are going to win the division. I think Saints go 10-7. I like the Saints a lot. Shuck impressed me last year. Where I left it on the field during the regular season. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think if we convert that 4th and 2, really, if we convert that 4th and 2, you have to play defense, get out of the AFC. Look, if we meet guys in the playoffs, it means we're in the playoffs. Big or scampy choosers. So take what I can get. Take what I can get. We just got outplayed by Josh Allen. Josh Allen just had our number. I don't think the Bills were a better team than us, but they had Josh Allen and we didn't. I think that... And that's why I said at the start of that game. I was on paper, I think the Jaguars are a better team than Buffalo, but they have Josh Allen. And we do not. And Josh Allen can do things. And Josh Allen just played out of his mind. That 4th and 2 is what's going to haunt me about that game. Josh Allen beating us is one thing. The 4th and 2 is what's going to give me nightmares. Because we had a lot of that against the Bengals and the Cardinals just not having the good short yard situation. Did we have Shuck at some point? No, we did not have Shuck. Shuck was drafted out of Louisville last season. Yeah, I think we would have, Sports Talk. I think we would have. Playing all the games in England when it's renovated? No, they're going to go Orlando. So next year, they're going to play their home games in Orlando. They'll do probably, I think, 2 games in London that year. But then they're not going to play in London again. Lamping said after 2027, they're going to not play in London, and they'll get a lifetime exemption to never play again there as the home team. So I think the Jaguars are going to be exempt for life from being the home team in London after 27. The Jags didn't have Shuck, no. No, I'm not sure who you're thinking of, but Tyler Shuck was drafted by the Saints last season. Yeah, the short yard situations. And the Texans game, too. That was another one where we just get 1 first down up by 19, but our offensive line just got manhandled. How long until Gonzo becomes the highest paid quarterback? I think by the end of the season, he will be. By the end of the year. Trimmer up 2-0. Trimmer 2-0 win. Good way to start the season. Games in London this year are weird. Very weird. Yes, I do agree with you there. 4th and 3 at the 15-yard line. And the Jaguars, no surprise, they're going to punt this ball away. Maybe going to say, oh, you're good on the Saints. You're good. You're good on that. So we'll see if Hunter Deckers can lead a 2-minute drill. Remember the last preseason game between the Jags and the Saints? Spencer Rattler led them down the field in a 2-minute drill in a similar spot. Back to receive is Jaden Price, who had an interception earlier. And nightmares of the fourth and forever the Bills converted. Oh, man. Well, you guys always have Josh Allen summer. They're your bogey team. They're his bogey team. Josh Allen never looks good against you guys. I have you guys winning week 1. I really have you guys winning week 1. Good punt here by Cook. It's a booming kick to the 35-yard line, and that's where he's brought down. No return on the play. How about that punt by Logan Cook? 50 yards of net, just a booming kick from his own end zone, and Price going nowhere. So the Saints need to go 65 yards, and Hunter Deckers does not complete a pass. Right, Falcons have no pass rush and quarterback. Panthers, the injuries, and Bryce Young. I still don't know what to make of Young. And Bucks, yeah, Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles. So I appreciate you talking about things on that one. Maybe my own graphics and custom errors. It's awesome. You know, it's fun. Got it. You get in at the right time. Appreciate you, man. 1 at the top of the screen, 2 at the bottom. Saints, 4 down territory. Deckers takes a step. They'll send 4. Checks it down the drag route to the right side. Caught. Can he get out of bounds? He can at the 38-yard line. Missed tackle in the open field, and Trey Palmer will gain a 3. I feel like Palmer's too good to be playing. Palmer is too good to be playing in this game. Like, why is Palmer out there? Palmer can actually play. Oh, yeah, I think so. Reef Shark, yep. Parents have sent the Bears, solid bet. It could be. Very well could be. Let's see, no more guys get hurt. 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line for the Saints. Going left to right. 2 at the top of the screen, 2 at the bottom, back to his left, so they're going 4 wide here. Again, after this, we're going to be doing the Cowboys-Seahawks game at 8 o'clock Eastern. In the gun, takes a step, they'll send forward, checks it down the flat on the right side, it's caught, cannot get out of bounds. Good open field tackle, only a gain of 2 for Traden Welch, and the clock will tick at the 40-yard line, 3rd and 5. Only 1 timeout remaining for the Saints. They burned 2 on the last drive to get the ball back. 3rd and 5. Under 90 seconds to go. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Deckers looks in the flat. On the right side, caught by the tight end. First down out of bounds at the 48-yard line. It's Welch once again. Back-to-back grabs for him. And this time, Deckers' throw leads him out of bounds, which stops the clock. He's 3 for 3 on this drive. Hasn't gone down the field. He's gone first read every time, but new set of downs near midfield. Any cam bombs today? No cam bombs. I mean, he played well. 3 for 3, but nothing, no crazy kicks. You know, we have a lot in the chat show. We have 20,000 total views this stream. It's great. Well, if they do scrap it, I want to cut of that one. If they do, there's still time. 3 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Back to his left, they'll send 4. Deckers looks, right side, comeback route, diving grab. What a grab. Keeps the clock moving. He did not go out of bounds. Ball at the 46-yard line. Coverage on the play by Marshall, but a heck of a diving grab on the right side of the field to get 8. Tight coverage, just an even better grab. Trey Palmer, again. Why is Palmer's too good to be playing in this? He's like an actual good receiver. A good veteran receiver. Why is he even out there? Yeah, he got both feet in to the ball at the ground. I don't think it moved. I don't think the ball moved. They might review this, though. Let's see. Did the nose of the ball hit the ground? I'm not sure. How the Jags went when I missed. They kept it on the ground more. Jamari Taylor just went off. Jamari Taylor just went off like crazy. That's how. They kept it on the ground. Long drives. So they're going to review this one. Yeah, Jamari Taylor happened, yep. And Trevor Pena. The initial call was a catch. Now let's see this. It might have moved a little bit. But he didn't bobble it. He did not bobble the ball as he came back up. This is close. Initial call was catch. I think it's going to stand. Yeah, I don't think that ball moves enough. And again, it's preseason. You're not going to have too many angles, relatively speaking. If those are the only 2 angles we got, I don't think there's enough to overturn it. It's a heck of a grab by Palmer. He's having a great game down that right sideline. Appreciate JK8 on that one. We got emojis in the chat if you remember. And again, if you bet on this game and your bet wins, I want to cut of that one. We're live for the Cowboys-Seahawks game later tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern. I'll flip all the helmets behind me to Cowboys and Seahawks helmets as we call this doubleheader. But yeah, they're still reviewing this one with 104. It's a lengthy review. Yeah, Thursday was the 25th anniversary of that game. I did a video on that one a while ago. We're 265 in the chat. You guys have been awesome. Again, hit that like button, subscribe. Really does help us out. But 104 to go. It's a gain of 6 if it stands. A heck of an effort, nonetheless, by Palmer coming back for that ball on the right sideline. Well, they don't have the road game in Jacksonville like the first 6 games. Yeah, I'm bummed that game is going to London. I'm bummed that one's going to London because it just gives me flashbacks of 2019 when you guys whipped our butts in London. After review, the ruling on the field stands. Again, not surprised by that. You know, the vet literally, yeah, a lot of Phillies players, yep. Well, I don't know about 8-0, but, I mean, it's very rare to say no excuse to start 8-0 with any team, but they're going to be good this year. Texans, I have them winning the division. I have them 13-4. Jags 11-6, Texans 13-4. So call the field stance. It's a clean catch by Palmer. 2 of the top, 1 of the bottom. No surprises on that. Back to his right. We're going to get back on our way here with 104. Clock runs. In the gun, Deckers takes it. They'll send 4. Deckers looks, middle of the field, and that's caught. He's 5 for 5 on the drive and going to the 30, down to the 25. Poor job tackling there, and the grab on the play for the Saints of the middle by Jalen Moreno-Cropper. They'll get to the line. Deckers 5 for 5 this drive, being 0 for 3 to start. Gain at 21. Deckers takes it, rolls to his left, flushed out, fires on the run, out of bounds, incomplete. Just the smart thing and throws it away with 36 seconds. Rammer set for Jane Daniels. He can no longer be 5-time MVP. There is a flag on the play, though, and it will be holding on the offense. So back it up 10 yards. Make it 1st and 20 at the 35-yard line. And they will get that one on Xavier Truss, the third-year man out of Georgia. It's acquired by the Saints last year after being on the Broncos. How should that make me panic? If we lose to the Browns, I'd be panicking. If we lose week 1 with how brutal that schedule is, week 1's a must-win game. 1 of the top, 2 of the bottom. They're going to send 4. Deckers looks, clean pocket, plenty of time. Now flush to his left, fires on the run, out of bounds, incomplete with 29 seconds. 2nd and 20. Like week 1 is a must-win for the Jaguars. With how brutal that schedule is at the start, if we lose week 1, we are in trouble. Deckers popping off to start, yep. Yeah, how was it same life we played in? I have no clue. Yeah, the vet was just a nightmare. Okay, after the game, we're going to stay on for a little bit. We're going to just break down the game for a little bit. You know, Jamar Taylor can play. He's a bulldozer. He does not go down first contact, lowers the shoulder, good acceleration. Like, he's really good. He's really good. I want to keep him. 1 of the top, 2 of the bottom. They'll send 4. Deckers looks down the left side, out route to the left. It is somehow hauled in at the 18. Absolutely mulsing his corner on that was Trey Palmer. They have a timeout. They'll burn it here with 20 seconds. How did Palmer come down with that? He's too good to be playing in this. Trey Palmer is like too good to be playing in this. Out round the left side. One-on-one coverage on the left. Working on Jabbar Muhammad. And I have no idea how he came down with that. Was behind him. Had to adjust in midair. A heck of a throw. Or a heck of a catch, I should say. And just mulsing Muhammad. 3rd and 2. Yeah, pretty much. Reef Shark, yep. Might be sick of 30 seconds. We'll see. 3rd and 2. Obviously 4-down territory here. Saints burn their final timeout. Ball at the 19-yard line. Got to get to the 15. So 3rd and 4 is where they're going to spot it. 2 of the top, 2 of the bottom. Saints going left to right. Takes a step. Deckers looks. Goal line fade down the right side. Palmer. No flag. Good coverage there by Marshall. Palmer trying to catch it around the waist. And Palmer made that grab. Would have been the greatest catch in the history of the NFL. If Palmer somehow made that grab, that would have been the greatest grab in the history of the NFL. Tried to pin it against Marshall's body. No look. He almost came down with that. It was not a bad effort. He almost came down with that. Good coverage there. Turned the head around, so no flag. Ref was reaching for it, then pulled it back. So 4th and 4. This is the ball game. 16 seconds. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. The Jaguars will call a timeout. Just to make sure Anthony Campanelli's defense is in line. How's it going, Dakota? Appreciate you being here. How's it going, Carlos? So 4th and 4, 16 seconds. Jaguars were down by double digits at the half. They've come all the way back. Now the Saints driving. Every Saints preseason game in New Orleans always is a banger. 2012, the Chad Henne game to Jordan Elliott. In 2012, in the 4th down, the 2-minute drill. Last year, Spencer Rattler, the 2-minute drill at the end. And now this. Every Jags Saints game is always a banger in the preseason. Can Deckers do it here? The Jaguars did not win a preseason game last year. Not that it matters, because they won 13 in the regular season. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Deckers look, slam pass, middle of the field, incomplete. Broken up, no flag. Now there is a flag. Muhammad gonna call for turning the receiver around. There is a flag. Late flag, but they will call PI. And the Saints will keep the drive alive at the 13 or 15-yard line. You're gonna say Muhammad made contact. Yeah, Colts say I'm a mobile quarterback. There's no mobility anymore. Nope. Let's check this one. 1-on-1 coverage on the slant pass. Going over the middle of the field. And yeah, he grabbed inside the jersey. Barry and Brown. Drew it, the 6th round pick for the Saints this year out of LSU. One of the top 3 at the bottom. New set of downs here for the Saints, but no timeouts. They'll send 3. Deckers looks, end zone. Caught at the 1-yard line, but the clock's moving. There's no time. Can they get to the line and spike it? Moreno Cropper on the grab. Can they get to it? 3, 2, 1. They're going to have, I think they're going to have a second. I think they might have a second left. They might have 1 second left. Did Deckers get there in time? Good awareness by the Saints. They get there and spike it. Will they put time back on the clock? They got to the line super quick. Let's see. Yeah, there should be a second. There'll be time for one more play. They'll put a second on the clock. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. If this was a regular season game, I'd be panicking right now. If this was a regular season, I'd be panicking. So here we go. 2nd and goal. They spiked it with a second. 1 of the top, 2 of the bottom. Last chance. They'll call a hand up at the middle. Deckers play action. Goal line fade. Left side incomplete. Muhammad on the coverage. Redeems himself for the PI earlier. Breaks up the pass for Jim Moreno Cropper. And the Jacksonville Jaguars survive. And take it 24-20. Your final score. Muhammad with a great breakup on the left side. They call RPO. They fake the handoff. 1-on-1 coverage on the left side. Yeah, Simpson looked good. That's good. And the Jaguars win. Liam Cohen's first ever preseason win. I think Cohen wanted to get a timeout in before that play. Didn't get it. But a great job there by Muhammad sticking his hand up and breaking that one up. Just swanning that one. They get the matchup they want 1-on-1 with Muhammad. With Moreno Cropper, and the Jaguars win 24-20. Oh my goodness. That was a crazy game. That was a fun one. All right, let's talk about the game. Let's talk post-game for a little bit. You want to do for the Saints? I'm like hyperventilating. What do I do for the Saints? I run up the middle there. I run up the middle on that one. But 24-20 your final. Trying to do what Spencer Rattler did last year in the preseason game, but did not do it. Great comeback by the Jaguars. So no points in the second half by the Saints. So, let's talk Jaguars really quickly for the next 5 minutes. Let me just do like a quick little rant/recap thing. I had to pick a great pick today. Oh, that's good for you guys. That's good. That's good for you guys. Let's talk really quickly about Jaguars. Pros and cons for today. Start with the cons. Obviously, quarterback is a nightmare. Quarterback situation. Carter Bradley sucked. Nick Mullins is a noodle arm. He's brutal. He sucks. The Jaguars need a backup quarterback. Whether that is Zach Wilson, whether you trade for Gardner Minshew, bring him back to Jacksonville, whether you get whoever loses the Steelers battle, get Mason Rudolph, whatever it is, they need to do something. You cannot go into the season with Nick Mullins as your number 2, because Nick Mullins is just brutal. Noodle arm, poor decisions, no velocity, poor pocket presence. He is the worst backup in football. So you have to find a way to get a backup quarterback there. Obviously, offensive line banged up with injuries. Prenon hurt, Van Lanen hurt, and Macari hurt. So I'm a little bit worried about that, especially with Adaga going out, although I'm not crazy about Adaga. How many views we got? I'm just doing 20,000. Over 20K on this one. Yeah, 2 nickel sports talk. Yep, 2 nickels on that one. Give him the time I'll replay the last play. Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. In terms of the rookies, I'm worried about linebacker. I am worried about linebacker. Combs did not take a good angle. Combs has not played well today. Hopefully Ventrell Miller wins the starting spot and balls out, because Combs apparently had a very good camp. He did not show it today. The rookies I thought played well. One Kyle Allen? Oh, God, no. Yeah, hell is frozen over. You're not kidding on that one, Johnster. Like, Husky had some good pass breakups and some good tackles. Cameron Williams had some good plays. Trevor Pena, I like him a lot. He made some really nice plays at receiver. That big, deep ball, that 43-yard grab, he was great. Jamari Taylor, he's locked up the 4th spot. He looks more explosive than DJ Dallas. Amir Abdullah should not be in the league at this point. Jamari Taylor is going to be really good. I like Jamari Taylor a lot. I think he's going to make the team. I hope he makes the team at least. Marlins score a run. There you go. Bring back Minshew Manny. I would not hate it. Look, if the Cards want to go Beckett's number 2, I would not hate it. Take a flyer. It's a decent backup at least. It's a decent backup. Our rookies played well. Regis had a sack. Wesley Williams made a couple nice plays. Danny Strigo played out of his mind. Yeah, Danny Strigo played out of his mind. Yeah, 20K, but it's like a good 20K. So, like, there's some 20Ks where it's like, not sustained the whole way. I think it's more like they stay on the whole time. Like World Cup, we had people that did not stay on the whole time, so it counted as that, but only for a little bit. This had stayed on the whole time. It was pretty consistent the whole way, which was good. Yeah, the rookies look good. The veteran backups did not. Cam Little played very well. Logan Cook played very well. Special teams I thought was really, really good today outside the opening kickoff. I really like the special teams play today. Logan Cook picked up where we left off, as did Cam Little. Perfect, no issues there. I thought we looked all right today. There's some bad, but there's a lot of good from this game. Just got to figure out the quarterback situation, because I'm terrified if Trevor goes down, because he has a history of getting hurt, and I am kind of terrified if that happens. But overall, pretty pleased. Overall, I'd say I'm pretty pleased with this game. As pleased as you can be with a game where not a lot of starters played. As pleased as you can be. Some good, some bad, but again, Jamari Taylor and Trevor Pena played out of their minds, and Strigo played out of his mind. Those are the three stars for me. Taylor, Pena, and Strigo. They played very, very well today. And, yeah, the rookies look good. The rookies look good. Gladstone might have cooked with this undrafted class, because there are 2, maybe 3 guys of the undrafted class that could make this team. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So, on that note, LIVESTREAM lead Jacksonville Super Bowl. That'd be so funny. Nussbaum and Simpson, I didn't get a chance to watch a ton of that. I had it on the background, so I'll take a look at the All-22 afterwards. So I didn't really get a chance. I know Simpson have good numbers, so I know that. But appreciate you guys a ton for being here. So here's the game plan. We're going to be live in about, I'd say, 40 minutes for the Seahawks-Cowboys game. I'm going to get everything ready for that game. It's going to redirect you to that stream when that time comes. So make sure you're here for that. It's going to redirect you to that. I appreciate you guys a ton for tuning in. JG9 signing off. Jaguars win 24-20, your final. And I will see you guys in 40 minutes for Game 2 as the Cowboys will take on the Seahawks, closing out action for Week 1 of the preseason. What the broadcast? Oh, yeah, the brightness. Yeah, the white balance. Oh, my God. It was so gray. The Saints broadcast, at least they changed it to gray. It's better than the white balance, but the white balance, I was blinded. I was blinded by the cameras. If you look, it wasn't just me. If you look at like NFL Plus, NFL when they put out the highlights of the game, yeah, it was just blinding, absolutely blinding. All right, so see you guys in a bit for the Cowboys Seahawks game. Jaguars win by 4.